deal, which is the unconventional route, but they have a great program. They just won the Clark Cup again. So he goes to Chicago's deal, plays there, lights it up there, goes to University of Michigan. For a freshman, I thought he lit it up too. You are on the college hockey beat. Then he goes to the men's worlds and says, hey, look out, NHL players, I could play here too. And as the tournament went along, ends up being a key piece of the gold. So from a progression standpoint, he might want to go back to Ann Arbor for one more year and hang on the campus, and they've got an amazing team. Yeah. One of the best college teams ever assembled. But all that being said, he's played so much hockey and excelled at all these levels.
Yeah, Michigan is an absolute wagon. There were no fans. He didn't get the college experience last year. Frozen Four in Boston. Yeah. Last time Michigan won a natty was in Boston. Sure. It could be a lot of fun at the end of the year.
Well, the World Juniors, he didn't have the opportunity to go last year. It's been 51 days gone from Mel Pearson's team. They couldn't afford that. So maybe that opportunity presents itself, and hey, you join at the end of the year. But that progression, there was a little bit of luck involved. Colin Miller got hurt. He got put up in a pairing with Troy Stetcher, and they couldn't take him off that second pairing. He was that good. By the end of it, he's playing all the high leverage minutes. Every important situation for Gerard Gallant there to go 0-3 and then win a gold with that guy as a key piece.
What's up, guys? So I am now live watching the NHL expansion draft, and the Buffalo Sabres select Owen Powers. Yeah, that doesn't really surprise me. Yeah, he's gonna be a fantastic defenseman. I'm really and what a day for Buffalo. Okay, so in my so far in my mock draft, and let me guys show you my my little mock draft.
Is the representative of what a blue-collar talent would be like. A guy who works both ends of the ice. A guy who's tall, good-looking dude. He has identity. He's extremely responsible. So this is the type of guy you're looking for. The pick is in.
From the Space Needle in Seattle, General Manager of the Seattle Kraken, Ron Francis, will make the number 2 selection.
On behalf of Mr. David Bonderman and our entire ownership group, I'd like to thank the Commissioner and the 31-member clubs for welcoming the Seattle Kraken into the National Hockey League. And on behalf of our passionate fans, I'm proud to make a historical first-ever amateur draft selection for our team by choosing from the University of Michigan, Matthew Beniers.
Matthew Beniers, big-time, complete center, PK, matchup center guy. Could be a power play guy as well. And so the guy who many feel has a bit of Ron Francis in him, Kevin. He's selected by Ron Francis.
Yeah, exactly. My former teammate Ron Francis, and I had a chance to speak to him briefly. But
so far, I have been 2 for 2.
Senior executive leadership and some of the coaching staff. This team is doing everything so well off the ice so far. I was blown away by my time out there, and I had the feeling from speaking to them, if Beniers was still there, they were going to take him for all the reasons you said. Fellas, look, let's think about it this way.
All right, so far I've been 2 for 2 on my selections. So not really surprising. You know, Beniers is an excellent centerman. Great two-way center. You know, seeing the way the Seattle Kraken selected their team, doesn't really surprise me that that they didn't select Matthew Beniers. So obviously it's a great pick. So yeah, and now Anaheim comes up, and my draft, in my mock draft I picked Dylan Gunther. We shall see.
They got 3-1, but she's also there covering the NHL through Emily.
Yeah, Ron Francis just called him Matthew, but he says that his name is Matty. He's not a matter, Matthew. That's just not his personality.
Obviously, you see in the 9th pick, I have Arizona. I still think that if Kent Johnson is available right there, Arizona is going to select him. So I'm not gonna change my pick on that one. but we shall see.
When he came back from Worlds, he weighed in at 168 pounds. So this summer, he really focused on gaining weight. It was like a full-time job. 5 to 6 meals a day, 5 to 6,000 calories a day. He can always go to his favorite restaurant, Chipotle. And guys, he's
So let's see.
Matty Ice is a Seattle Kraken. Was set to go to Harvard, a very high-achieving family. Mom went to Cornell. Ends up at Michigan. What are the Kraken fans who are watching tonight? Great ratings the other night. Kraken fans out there for the expansion draft. What do they get in Matty Beniers?
They get the entire package. They get a kid who's got great character. They get a kid who can play, as you mentioned, the full team. Yes. But there are a couple of key moments that I was looking for here at the course of the year. The first was at the World Juniors. This is the guy who at the World Juniors was defensively responsible right here. Yeah, now I'll take the puck and go. Anticipates the play. Take it one-on-one into the zone. But at the World Juniors, he was used in high leverage situations once again, taking key draws down the stretch. It doesn't typically happen for an underage player at that tournament, especially with the success that the U.S. had in winning that tournament. And then you think about, all right, he's a late birthday guy. The world say, how do you come with us? And he didn't play.
All right, 2 minutes on Anaheim. Who is Anaheim going to pick?
Everything that they think about this young man.
I think Gunther would be a fantastic pick here for Anaheim. You know, they got they have that great centerman, Zegras, and now.
We're not really sure. A great night, Rowan Carr and Matty Beniers. But the Anaheim Ducks are on the clock. What will they do? Find out.
Now, you know what's going to be really interesting in this with Matty Beniers is are they going to bring him up this year? That's going to be very intriguing to see what's going to happen with that. Oh, yeah. So that's what that happened. So let me go to Beniers. Now that there's been a lot of updates in the draft, let me look. Yeah, Gunther is still going to go there. Luke Hughes will go 4th. So the Columbus Blue Jays, I picked Brent Clark. I'm not going to lie. I don't think they're going to select. I'm going to actually change my answer on that one. And I think they're going to go into a different direction now. And I think they're going to select the Sweden. Especially now that they got, you know, they got a couple of, they got a good pick. They got a lot of good defensemen in that Seth Jones trade. So I think they're not going to go defense, and they'll probably go offense on this one. Jasper Wallstead, I still believe he's going to go there. Ooh, this is going to be... I still think he's going to go over there. LA Kings, I think, is going to select Brett Clark. Ken Johnson, I still think he ends up there. I think they'll go with the right winger. Columbus. Who did I pick originally? See, Columbus, I don't think they need goaltending per se. They, to me, I think they go with a center with this one. I think they'll probably go with Chaz. Who did I pick for? Oh no! Now that Chaz is, I think they'll go with Cole Sillinger because they still need center depth. All right.
The Anaheim Ducks are proud of the third pick of the 2021 draft. Happy and excited to draft from the Peterborough Pete's hockey team, Mason McTavish.
Congratulations to Craig. I'm sure many of you asking that the first question out of your mouths. But boy, it's tough to pass up on a big, thick center. This guy really came out of nowhere. He shot up the draft board, Sam. He sure did. And I think about a couple of recent
Wow! Where did I have him?
Max Comtois, who has a little bit of that with goal scoring ability. And I think Mason McTavish is very much along those lines.
Man, I had him going 17th. Wow!
You're going to the wing. And what did he do? He scored 29 goals there as a 60-year-old. Really difficult.
All right, I gotta see Mason McTavish.
He can shoot from distance as well. And then he went over to Switzerland because the OHL didn't play. And he asserted himself against men and said, hey, I can do this. And he felt like he was chomping at the bit to get back to the under-18s to say, oh, I'm going to destroy the competition here.
Okay, all right.
He went 60% of his draws. He continues to score.
Man, this is crazy.
This guy is a warrior and no.
Oh my God.
He's sitting there saying, I got another Max Comtois here, but maybe additional to what Max.
Okay, so Mason McTavish.
Power forward. Yeah, pretty good compliment to Zegers too. If they get Zegers to the middle and McTavish a little nice little blend.
Okay, so McTavish goes here.
Down the middle.
Now Julian Gunther is available. Man, who gets Gunther? Damn, does New Jersey go after him over Luke Hughes?
And I love the power that he showed. People don't recognize he was born in Switzerland, by the way, so people don't recognize that. That's to your point, how he was able to go.
God, this is mind blowing.
He asserted himself, but he can beat goalies. That's all I'm saying.
Wow, Anaheim pulls a Detroit. Remember when, guys? You remember when Maurice Sider got selected and everything got all screwed up, and Montreal was able to land Cole Caulfield? In my opinion, that's the only reason why we got Cole Caulfield, is because how out of board Detroit went. Ah, man.
They have a Hughes brother. They have Jack, who they took first overall. Will brother Luke join him? Luke is a defenseman. He's now the tallest of the three. Had a very late growth spurt recently. So this real skilled defenseman, wonderful skater, now also adds a little bit of reach in his game, which can certainly add any defender's plus rating there.
Yeah, and I like it because he's so young. So that means his ceiling is higher for this player. And I love what he said to us in the interviews. He was talking about, hey, you guys are talking about own power in this.
Oh man, what's gonna happen?
A year older. I love the confidence, the swagger he brings to the table. You watch him play. He plays with some of that.
All right, so I'm gonna do a live.
He's got a little Brady Kachuk goofiness to him.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I like that too. I'm with you. I can deal with that.
So this is my original. So I got one wrong. So I got the third overall wrong. Wow. Anaheim, what the hell are you doing to me? Wow. Unbelievable.
And I really think of the Hughes brothers, not only is he the tallest,
Oh man, this
he's
is.
the most balanced in terms of his game. He's not all offense, Gordon. He likes to defend as well.
And he's gotten better.
All right.
All indications were from last year to this year is huge strides. And
I still think Luke Hughes is gonna go here. I still think Luke Hughes will go here.
From the Hughes family. So.
And do you take the best player here, Jeff, as we look at the prospects from the New Jersey Devils, or do you complement what you already have? It's going to be a tough decision, I imagine, because you want to take the best guy. You need great players.
Yeah. Sometimes this high, you get a little bit, can be tantalizing to go for something and need. But, you know, we always say, I think, hey, your best player, someone's going to be the best in 5 years. That's going to serve you the best.
The Devils missed the playoffs the last 3 seasons, 8 of the last 9. And currently these are the best available players, and really, we really could hear any name announced right now, couldn't you say?
Yeah, we kind of figured that after the second pick that things would get a little wild. I'm pretty confident that the top 10 players will remain the top 10 players, but the order we're already
So let's.
up here a little bit with McTavish going third. What a rise to prominence for that young man.
And Michigan had the first 2 players taken in this draft with Power and Beniers.
I mean, it would be crazy if Columbus does select Brett Clark here, because then they would have a top 4 of Adam Bunquist, Zach Werenski, that the defenseman they just picked up today.
But he's instant offense, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them either go Luke Hughes or Brent Clark here. What about you, Brooks?
Well, there's a lot of different options, right? There's different kind of defensemen. Vincent the Swede is pretty talented too.
All right, let's.
You know, it's probably maybe a little too high for the goalie talk, but there's a little, you know, there's some Gunther's pretty good. You know, there's some options here.
And William Eklund as well could play with Jack Hughes, who is a sick winger. Commissioner Gary Bettman will introduce the Devils.
From the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, obviously at a viewing party, the Executive Vice President and General Manager, Tom Fitzgerald, will make the 4th selection in the 2021 NHL Draft. Tom, the floor is yours.
It's great to see everybody here finally live at the Prudential Center. I want to thank all our staff behind me for all their tireless work they've put in this last 2 years. With the 4th overall pick, the New Jersey Devils are proud to present pick from the USA Development Program, Luke Hughes.
There it is. Remember, he sustained that lacerated tendon in his foot in March. He got cut by a skate. He missed the 2021 U18s on his way to Michigan to join that star-studded cast. So there's plenty of insulation around him in terms of talent and obviously driven personalities to work on his game and be on a team that's really
Okay.
And yeah, they are pumped, aren't they, to have 2 brothers on the same team. That saves a lot of airline miles. I should say, for
What an opportunity to play with his brother to walk into the NHL and some bragging rights over one brother and maybe not over the other, right?
Yeah.
I think the only downside to this deal is there's no more Hughes brothers, right? And,
Factory.
yeah. But
All right, so.
special time, obviously, for the Hughes family, and you know, it's a pretty high-end caliber player to have with his brother.
I love to see the joy from his so different.
All right, so I'm gonna put I'm gonna put R as right. R as right. X as wrong. And I was right about Luke Hughes. Now let's see.
What's interesting about it was the fact that he played a large portion of the season on his offside. Yeah. So now, when he transitions to the National Hockey League, that's not going to be a surprise for him. Right-handed defenseman, always difficult to come by. This left shot can play the right side as well.
Okay.
But here's some of the things that he does similar to what his brothers do.
Man, this is a tough one for me. This is a really tough one for me to pick. So, all right, I'm gonna be right back, guys.
One another, so it's always going against that high level of competition within the family. The youngest guy,
offensive zone like a forward, but defensively he also wants to match up. He also wants to defend. He wants to kill penalties. He wants to do these things and be more of an overall defenseman. But what a time for their fan. I remember Gord's being just up the road at the Prudential Center when we unveiled his brother as the 1 overall pick. This is awesome stuff for them.
Yeah, incredible. The thing about the Hughes family, the kids, is they all look 15, so it tells me that.
Yeah, this is going to be what a great pick for New Jersey. I think this is going to be an excellent pick. And thank you, New Jersey. You gave me I got 3 out of the 4 right. All right. I have a feeling I'm probably going to get wrong with Brett Clark, especially with what happened with the Seth Jones trade. So I think I might get wrong on this one. You know, maybe. God, this is tough, man. This is really tough on who I think might get selected here.
Or the best player. I think you take the guy that's going to be the best again. Knowing you have 12 right behind you, you forecast selections, or that dangerous? I think that's a little dangerous. That's a little tough of a spread.
But yeah, this is going to be. But man, what about that freaking trade, dude? I mean, so far they got 1 and 2 and 4 right. So.
They've had some outstanding defense. Of course, Seth Jones ended up departing out. We'll see what this takes us, Bucci. Well, Simon Anderson, the big defense.
I still think Brett Clark is going to get selected here. I still think they're going to do that.
With the 5th pick, the Columbus Blue
Let's see what happens.
We'll present John Davidson, the president of hockey operations. JD, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Gary. On behalf of our ownership group, led by John McConnell, our staff, coaches, and players, I want to thank all the great fans here tonight at Nationwide Arena. Thank you. Fifth line, it's great to see you again. To make our first pick in the 2021 National Hockey League Draft, I would like to introduce a great and longtime fan of the Blue Jackets, an Ohio guy, a former captain of the Ohio State Buckeyes, and one of the best broadcasters in the business, ESPN's own Kirk Street.
Oh wow, Rick Nash is there.
Ray, how are you, man? I wish I could be there. I know how the 5th line can get fired up, and some great memories in that arena. I get back as often as I can, and looking to get back to even more this year coming up. But I know it's great to have you back, part of the organization, helping us rebuild and look forward to trying to get back to the postseason. Exciting time. This young man's name I'm about to read is about to play for the most passionate and loyal fan base, I think, in the NHL. So with the 5th pick in the 2021 NHL Draft, the Columbus Blue Jackets select center Kent Johnson.
Wow.
This guy is sick. He had some Sports Center top 10 highlights.
Kent Johnson went. Wow, was I wrong? I thought he was going to go 9th. Man. Okay, so I got that pick wrong. Wow, Kent Johnson. Damn, who's Detroit gonna? Man, I thought maybe they go. You know, I thought maybe they go with Brent Clark and really stock up on their defense. You know, because you got Jake Bean. You got Adam Borquist. You got Zach Morinsky. You add Brent Clark to that D-core. My God, that would have been a hell of a freaking D-core to build your team around.
But you know what? He's 6'1" now, skinny. His eyes are single file. But you know what? Like you said, he's going to go to the weight room.
Because I always believe, to me, when you want to build a franchise, you want to rebuild in my opinion, you got, oh my God, whoever gets Brent Clark, oh, that's going to be such a steal.
Plus 16 rating
I mean, let's look at Brent Clark this year.
With all the offensive gifts that he
Oh,
has.
at the World Juniors. Oh my God. 2 goals, 7 assists, 7 points, a plus 12. God, man. And then he had 15 points in 26 games and a plus 6. Wow, this is going to be. Man, that's who does Detroit take? Detroit needs defense, and they need goaltending. They've been picking a lot of offense. Oh God, this is tough. You know what would be really interesting. I mean, what if they go with Simone?
Well, speaking of Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, the Red Wings are on the clock. They lost Stevie Y. He can do no wrong. He's got lots of rope in this rebuilding process, but we're getting impatient. What will the Red Wings do in the 6th selection?
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be really interesting. I mean, this guy is 6'4". Imagine him with the guy that they drafted 2 years ago, Maurice Sider. You know, that would be an excellent top pairing right there. You know, you build your team around that. I don't know, or you see, Detroit's got a pick in the 20 at 23. But that's going to be a question. Like, it will. To me, if Detroit would have a top 15 pick, I think they could probably get one of Sebastian Kosa or Jasper Wallstead, but I don't know if he's gonna be available around that time. That's the thing. I mean, maybe Detroit makes a deal. You know, they got a couple of second rounders. Maybe they try to trade up so that they can try to move up to the top 15 because they have the 23rd pick. So maybe they try to trade up. Man, this is tough. But here's the thing: if Detroit passes on Jasper, I think San Jose picks him. I really think that he would get selected by San Jose because San Jose needs goaltending badly. They need a goalie of the future. But man, this is man, this is getting interesting. Man, this is going to be a very Who is Detroit? Oh, the pick is in. But yeah, this is gonna. Let's see what Detroit does here. I still think they're probably gonna go with they're gonna go with Jasper.
A dream realized, something I'm sure that you have imagined a million times over in your lifetime. You've got your whole family there. How would you describe this moment to your younger self?
I think it's pretty special. I think it's something I dreamed about my whole life, and I don't know if my younger self would have really believed it. So.
Well, believe it, it's real, and you're officially a member of the Buffalo Sabres. You and I have talked about this before. You have a decision ahead of you to play for the Sabres this coming season or to go back to school. You've said before you're leaning towards school. How do you feel in this moment about that choice?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not thinking about it too much right now. I'm just trying to enjoy the night. So I think that's something I'll worry about later.
Well, you got a lot of people there to celebrate with you, so I'm sure it'll be quite a party. The Sabres fan base is one of the most passionate in hockey. A message for them before you go, because they are excited to see you eventually don their sweater.
Yeah, I'm just super excited to be a part of the franchise and ready to get going.
Congratulations. Enjoy the night.
Yeah, thank you.
Hear the emotion in his voice. First time USHL alumnus have gone 1-2 in the NHL draft. So now the Red Wings are on the clock.
All right, Stevie Y.
They are convening for their draft room. Steve Yzerman, what does he
What
do?
kind of magic do you have for us now?
Gary Bettman.
Joining Steve Yzerman, Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Detroit Red Wings, to make the number 6 pick is 10-year-old Harold Washington Jr. Harold represents the thousands of children in the city of Detroit who are experiencing the joys of learning hockey through the Red Wings Learn, Play, Score program. Harold,
Oh, that's awesome.
take it away.
With the 6th pick in the 2021 NHL Draft, the Detroit Red Wings are proud to select
From Frölunda, Sweden, defenseman Simon Edmondson.
Go Red Wings!
Way to go, Harold.
Wow.
Way to go, Stevie Y. So, boy, a big, strong, dynamic Swedish defenseman. Stevie Y, you probably had some good memories.
Yeah, that doesn't really surprise me. You know, I felt that they were going to either go with Jasper or they were going to go with that Swede. I really think they're looking at him. They're really looking at him to be the next. Him and Maury Sider together, that's going to be an excellent defensive pairing. Yeah, so I was one off on Simon. Well, obviously I got this guy wrong. Ken Johnson, I got him wrong. And I got him wrong. So far I got a lot wrong. Yeah, I would. Man, I have no freaking idea who San Jose picks here. There's so many good players. There's so many different ways. I don't think they go with Brent Clark. Yeah, I don't see them going with Brent Clark. But then again, San Jose might mess. Man, I don't know. Like, this is so many good players here, man. Man, Arizona's got to be jumping right now. Like, oh my God, they're gonna have Julian Gunther, William Eklund, Brett Clark, or Jasper Wallstead.
Those guys,
Well, they're going to have 2 out of those selections to pick from.
They were awesome. It felt like a real conversation.
Hell, even look at Ottawa. They're going to be like, yeah, we're going to get one of these 4 guys.
So excited.
Nice.
That they picked me, and I'm gonna be Seattle Kraken.
Well, Ron said you could probably play for that team.
My God, imagine if San Jose just goes totally off board and selects Chaz. Oh my God, that'd be freaking hilarious if that would happen.
Leading up to tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we actually talked a bit about today, just FaceTiming and stuff. I mean, I think it's so unbelievable watching them get drafted. I think it was just as happy as it was for all.
Yeah, Columbus, they need some help. Because I would think Columbus would love to pick one of these 4 guys. Because that would be unfreaking believable if they can get one of these 4 guys. Columbus.
I'm just so excited for my teammates and kind of what's next.
Well, you can tell the bond is genuine and special. I'm sure that group chat's going to
Well,
be fire tonight.
Columbus definitely needs
And
either
congratulations
Ottawa.
to the Seattle Kraken.
They need one of these 4 teams to select a goalie and someone off board. But let's see, man. Like, my God, Julia Gunther is still available. What? How is he still available?
What's up with the Sharks? Well, I mean, they seem to be victims of their success and their consistency.
How is he still available? Mark, please, pull a trade. Pull something. Pull a trade right now.
He really was one of the catalysts there, and of course, one of their great leaders that they had with that core. But goal scoring, you can see they need offensive pop. They need somebody as a young player that can come in and be dynamic, make plays. Perhaps that's a Dylan Gunther here. They also need a young goalie, too. You know, they had that stalwart for years in Nabokov. Martin Jones during his first few years there was outstanding, carried him to the cup. But those are 2 areas of need for me with that.
7th pick overall, they need to make good on it right now, right? So there's some players here that we talked about, some defensemen, maybe a goalie, that, you know, they have needs. They did have a great night for a long time, and it'd be nice tonight to start the meeting a little bit. Yeah, at some point those good runs come to an end. It's the difficulty you have in transitioning and when to make that move to transition to rebuilding, and that can be difficult at times. San Jose a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look at my watch. I don't want to.
Let's find out. Gary Bettman.
The number 7 pick in the 2021 NHL Draft will be made by the San Jose Sharks.
Let's see. All right, who's
Director of Scouting.
who's the pick?
Doug, the floor is yours.
The San Jose Sharks are proud to select from Djurgården, Sweden, William Eklund.
There you go. Was that Boomer?
Okay, William Eklund. That's where he goes.
Yeah. Well, he's a
My
super
God.
leader, tons of skill, 5'10", but really competes down low, Sam. This is a guy.
See, for LA, like, they got so many good offensive players. You know, they got Alex Turcotte, they got Byfield, Arthur Kaliev. I really think they're going to go with defense here. I think they're going to select Brett Clark because I really believe they're looking to look at him as going to be the Drew Doughty replacement. Yeah, I think this is where Brett Clark will go.
That ranks 5th all-time amongst first-year draft eligibles in Sweden. Louisiana Bedlick there, Daniel and Henrik Sedin, Nicholas Backstrom. You're talking about some
Man, I am so off on my picks. I've gotten 3 right.
That should be somewhat predictive of what he can do for the San Jose Sharks in the future.
Of course, Edmondson just turned 18 4 months ago. He turns 19 in October.
But again, this is an excellent pick by.
Young guy, you gotta kind of predict upside sometimes.
I think so. Sometimes what we do is when they're late, in this case 0-2,
Right.
we might kind of look back in the draft and see where they would have gone against 0-2s and see if it.
Yeah, this is a really good pick. 23 points in 40 games in the SHL. is not too shabby for a guy that's how old is he? 18.
All right, are you guys ready to feel old? We are about to cover our first player in the league whose dad is a YouTube star. Christian Finfin Eklund has a popular video series of Sweden where he interviews Swedish hockey players. Christian told me that his son William was a little skeptical about it at first, but so many stars wanted to do it. He came aboard and actually appeared in 2 episodes himself. Now, William is more hockey obsessed. He's not an influencer. He's been known to knock on doors in the neighborhood looking for people to play street hockey with. And when he was covering
Alright, originally, where did I have Brett Clark? Oh, I had Brett Clark going to Columbus. Was I freak? Yeah, I think this is where Brett Clark goes. I'd be surprised if they go with Dylan Gunther. But man, is Arizona going to be? Oh my God! God damn, Arizona is going to be jumping in joy with if Gunther is still available at that pick. My God, if they can get Gunther, they're going to jump. My God.
On to the LA Kings. Interesting organization here. Of course, a great decade, the last decade, as they raised a couple of cups. Now they're in the rebuilding mode. They got lots of prospects. What will they add to it, Commissioner Gary Bettman?
From the Toyota Sports Performance Center, amateur scout Chris Burns will make the 8th selection in the 2021 NHL Draft for the Los Angeles Kings. Chris, you're up.
With the 8th pick in the 2021 NHL Draft, the LA Kings are proud to select from the Barrie Colts of the OHL, Brant Clark.
Just what I thought.
That's our 4th D-man in 8 selections. Look at Grant. He cannot believe it. We kind of had him slotted here, Sam. You thought this was the organization for this right-handed shooting.
My goodness. Arizona. Wow. Arizona's got to be jumping in joy right now. Like, oh my God, we just got. They just picked up Gunther, man. My God. What a pick. Wow.
Francesco Arcuri, you're looking at Brennan Hoffman, who will soon be picked. That team was a rock star team. Then he progresses to Barrie, has a really good year there. The OHL doesn't start, so he takes off to Slovakia. Him and his brother get a deal to go there together. This is unbelievable. And so they play there, and this guy's getting chirped. Who's this young punk coming over here playing in our men's league? What are you talking about? They're all over him. I talked to his teammate Slater Goddard. He says, guys, you have no idea how difficult it was for the guy on the ice. But you know what? He repelled the physical play. He went out and he beat him on the power play. And there are some things in his game that are really subtle. It's just a little bit of a subtle movement here at the line. What do you have to do? The biggest thing to be able to do here is just get the puck.
Man, what? To me, Brett Clark is what a pick. I think he's going to be a really good pickup for the LA Kings.
Creates all kinds of havoc. A couple of shots later, it results in a goal. But he does that extremely well. He has the ability to get pucks through the lane. He's a little bit of a knock-me skater, so that concerned some people. The interviewing process probably didn't go as well for Brant as he would have liked. He showed some immaturity a little bit at the under-18s, but at the end of the day, to find this type of defenseman who has the poise, the patience with the puck, to delay on defenders, to wait for open ice, that is something really special. He has elite puck sense ability, and that's why the LA Kings are looking at this guy to run their power play down the road.
Exactly. And think of the Kings, right? Think of the succession. They had the great Rob Blake, who's their general manager, who was an awesome player. We all know that as a defenseman. Okay. Then they draft a guy by the name of Drew Doughty out of the OHL. That went pretty well out of well.
Man.
All right, no big deal. Then they got Jake Muzzin, who was very serviceable for them too as a defenseman. And now
It's good. This is going to be.
again, in this case, this will be the trifecta.
But this is the thing for Arizona. Okay, let's see. Where is Arizona's their
To me, it was
next?
very similar to a hybrid between a Mike Green and or an Eric Carlson type. You might not have the wheels of Eric Carlson at his height, but the ability to see the game.
All right, let's look at Chaz. Where is he from? He's from Minnesota. He shoots on the right.
Told me, this guy's impossible to hit. We can't hit him and we can't contain him.
That's the thing. Like he's a really good goal scorer. You know, I haven't seen him play
organization who was trying to get back.
God, man, this is tough. This is tough.
Just filled with different emotions. Family love for the Hughes, the brothers who played together. Relief. Excitement. Ken Johnson maybe goes higher than he thought. And Sweden are yelling booyah. Arizona is on the clock with a pick that got from Vancouver today.
The time is coming for us to get out and go again. To witness things that make us feel a little more normal. But we're all going at our own speed. At Enterprise, peace of mind starts with our Complete Clean Pledge, curbside rentals, and low-touch transactions. With so many ways to help, you can count on us for the assist. Enterprise, official partner of the NHL.
Oh man, that's too. Oh my God, that's too funny.
Stretch fabrics for the perfect fit on every guy.
We believe in can't believe they never thought of that designs, like our stay-put waistband and the horizontal quick draw fly. We believe the daily grind should only be in your coffee cup, not in your underwear. Plus, we guarantee no wedges, no adjustment needed. Feeling is believing. So upgrade now and get 20% off your first order at TommyJohn.com with this code.
You thought it was all made here, but the time that made it all time is this time. Welcome to the off-season. LeBron Spring Championships.
Now you're talking about retooling, rebuilding.
Moves and move cities.
Somebody could hit absolute gold with the top talent in this draft.
And it all comes down to a single pick.
More control over your technology means more control over your world. That's why we created Apex, technology as a service.
Who could have known that the right food could help your best friend live their best life? You did, and so did we. That's why Hills always starts with advanced biology, so you're always a step ahead.
There are things you only realize you're ready for when they're right in front of you. At Men's Warehouse, we're here to help you get ready for your wedding with exclusive looks from designer brands in colors and styles that will complete your big day. Upgrade your look with a premium shoe and a pocket square with packages from Calvin Klein starting at $189.99 or for your wife starting at $209.99. And even if you're not saying I do, we have total looks for any special occasion. We make it easy to look your best. Shop online or in any of our stores. Get ready to celebrate with the help of the new Men's Warehouse.
Welcome back to the 2021 NHL Draft. Hello, Sportsnet viewers. Hello, ESPN2 viewers. 8 down, Arizona, who didn't have a pick when they started. They only did 11 overall pick for combine testing violations. They got a big deal with Vancouver today, taking on his salary, and they acquired the 9th pick from Vancouver. Commissioner Gary Beck.
From the Gila River Arena in Glendale,
All right,
Arizona,
let's see where Arizona goes here.
amateur scouting, Dan
I will be surprised
Massey
if they do not pick
the ninth selection
Julian
in the
Gunther here.
2021 NHL Draft for the Arizona Coyotes. Darryl, you're up.
The Arizona Coyotes are proud to select from the Edmonton Oil Kings, Dylan Gunther.
Oh, Dylan Gunther, yeah.
He won again, number 9. Big, strong kid, and what do you like about Billy Gunther, Sam?
I think he slipped a little bit because people were watching the under-18s and only saw him put up 7 points in 7 games. And they said, hey, what's going on here? You just came from the WHL where you had 24 points in 12 games. But the story is a lot different than that. He played for Brad Lauer, who does with the Edmonton Oil Kings, Dave Barr for Canada at the under-18s. Both guys who are coaches that couldn't be accountable. The Marcus guy, they think he's going to be a 15-year pro. His ability to score goals is uncanny, and he can do it in a variety of ways. He can do it with speed, drive in the middle of the net. He can do it with his smarts here. Oh yeah, kick that little soccer. Whoop, to the backhand.
Man, imagine. So Arizona is going to be rebuilding. Imagine if they get a top 2 pick. Imagine him with Brad Lambert or Shane Wright.
What's really cool about him is the fact that he plays the same Jersey, come on over for a little picture. And I'll be joining you soon on that NHL ice. What's really cool about this guy, at the end of the year, he goes into Brad Lauer last year. He says, what can I do to be better? How can I be a better goal scorer? Lauer says, I'm going to show you some clips here. You need to get a little bit lower, a little bit closer to the net. You need to start utilizing that low ice and then take.
Man, this is gonna be interesting for Ottawa. Does the Ottawa Senators do they draft Jasper Wallstead? Man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh man. Columbus is interesting because they have two really good goaltenders. They got two great or do they think like, all right, we're gonna trade these two guys and we're gonna and get even more assets.
And what I like about him when you see him is he can also make plays. So that means the best players want to play with him too. He's not just going to shoot every time he touches it. So that would be intriguing. I like what Billy. This will be interesting by Ottawa.
I think Ottawa's going to pick Jasper Wallstead. I think this is where he goes. I think Ottawa looks like, all right, we got one like really young goaltender. To me, Ottawa can definitely use a goalie here. So I think Jasper goes here. I was surprised that Detroit did not pick him. But who knows? You know, maybe Ottawa talks to Detroit and say, hey, you know, give me a couple of, give me your. Let's see, they got 2 picks in the second round.
Back to Seattle as they selected Matty Beniers second overall. There it is, Beniers, the first Seattle Kraken draft pick at number 2 overall. Seattle. Why Matty Beniers, Jackie?
Ron, congratulations on a very eventful week for you. You take Matty Beniers at number 2. Could he play right now if he wanted to for your roster?
Well, we'll have that discussion with him. You know, it's certainly a big jump from any league to the National Hockey League, but we'll have a conversation with him, see what he feels like. But we certainly feel with the way he skates and how hard he competes each and every night, that he certainly would have a possibility of making our lineup in the fall.
What do you think his upside is? Like, how high is the ceiling for a Matty Beniers?
Well, he's such a great character kid. He's a winner. You know, he takes on every challenge straight head on, and with the way he competes each and every day, the way he skates, his skill set, we just felt he was a perfect fit for us to start our franchise out and set the tone of what we want to try and build here and establish our culture. So we think he's got huge upside, and we're working to hopefully help him attain that here in the next few years.
You use that word, culture, and coming into these drafts, we talk so much about the on-ice product, the skill set, what they can do. What kind of a character does Matt Beniers have?
Well, he's got the highest character. You know, comes from a solid family. Both his parents were engineering students at Cornell University. His dad went on to build a company.
Come on, stop these stupid interviews, man.
His brother and sister are both doing very successful in their relative fields.
You know, this is one thing that really pisses me off with the National Hockey League. Like, if you want to do interviews and all that stuff, do it after the draft, man. Like, let's just go. You know, get the picks in and all that stuff, and then do the interviews afterwards if people want to watch.
Great stuff, Jackie. So the Ottawa Senators on the clock. They've been.
Like, what do you guys think? Comment below. What do you think I said? Because I really truly believe that. Yeah, I truly believe that that they need to. They need to be less of.
You guys don't like taking goalies on the first round, do you?
Yeah, it would scare me as a general manager. You know, I think people ask, and I would just say you better be right.
Better be right. Well, let's see if Ottawa takes the goalie, Commissioner Gary Bettman.
From the Canadian Tire Center, the home of the Ottawa Senators, General Manager Pierre Dorian will be making the 10th selection in the 2021 NHL Draft. Pierre?
Thank you. I would just like to say a hi to all our fans watching on TV. J'aimerais juste saluer tous nos partisans de regarder à la télévision. We can't wait to see you again on October 14th. The Ottawa Senators are proud to select. Les Sénateurs d'Ottawa sont fiers de choisir from the USA National Team Development Program, Tyler Boucher. How about those apples? ESPN's Brian Boucher, his son Tyler, committed to Boston University. They compared him to Josh Anderson, and any team could use a player who got some skill and got some snarl, eh?
Tyler, what?
What we're finding here is that the general manager, Pierre Dorion, is in exact lockstep with DJ Smith. He will love this guy because he can play hard-nosed, but he can play with skill. And I think about some of the recent acquisitions they've made. Nick Paul, you talk about Amadio, you talk about Josh Brown. These are all guys that fit the mold of what DJ Smith.
Where are the...
Jake Sanderson's got a little bit of that in him as well. And now you go to
Ottawa, what the hell are you doing?
But he can score goals, and he can play that nasty game. DJ Smith is going to love this guy.
This is the type of guy that you want in the group because these types of players are difference makers. When you have a forward that plays a power forward game, that has skill, that's been able to overcome adversity, that's absolutely jacked like this kid is. He's been taking classes at BU, where you guys know very well, since July 5th, and working out. He's an absolute beast. I got this video on him earlier. This guy is ready. He's shredded. That's an NHL body. He looks like a Gabe Landeskog or somebody.
What the?
My man, Brian Boucher, and his wife and the family, congrats. This is awesome. Goal union, once again. Family life.
My God, he was ranked at 75th.
With all the picks they've had to go try something like this, a power forward, maybe some feel like it's a reach, but this guy, there's a lot of upside here. There's a lot of upside. He can score, he goes to the front of the net, he's hard to play against, and that's the way the league's going. We're all looking for those kind of players. We see the playoffs.
This guy was... Look at this, guys.
Wondering how we get a guy like that.
Exactly.
How's your one-legged lug?
He was ranked at 29th. Ottawa, you could not trade down? My God, you couldn't...
It's a winged beaver, Avon Old Farm. Yeah, Sam Adamson went there. So yeah, great, awesome, great for the family. Tyler's
Wow, that is a dumb pick. I mean, let's look. Ottawa. I mean, Ottawa, you couldn't get him at 39? You're telling me, you're freaking telling me wow. Wow. Now this is interesting with Columbus. Do they go with Chaz here? Because he's a really good. I mean, he scored a lot. Let's look at his numbers. He scored 13 goals in 13 games. He scored 13 goals in 12 games. In the USHL and in the USDP, he scored 13 goals in 13 games. So he's a goal scorer. And Columbus needs centers. They need centers.
Again from Nationwide Arena in Columbus, with Columbus's second first-round pick in the 2021 NHL Draft, General Manager Jarmo Kekalainen will make the selection. Jarmo?
Imagine if Jesper Wallstedt drops to Edmonton.
Thank you for your support.
Seriously, guys, imagine if he drops down to Edmonton.
With the 12th overall selection, the Columbus Blue Jackets are proud to select from Sioux Falls Stampede, the USHL, Cole Sillinger.
Cole Sillinger.
There's Mike Sillinger. Pops. This is a good player, man. He's just born to do it. You know what I mean? You can see him play.
Let me look at my mock draft. Did I have Cole Sillinger here?
This just seemed like the right pick at the right time.
It does, right? Again, makes sense. They go for a really high-end skill player and catch.
All right, so I got him wrong. Obviously, I got that wrong. I mean, I could still get Chaz.
In this draft full of uncertainty, you try and look for certain nuggets. And what are those certain nuggets? Sons of NHL players. We just saw that pick with Boucher.
Cole Sillinger.
From the start of this guy's life, he's been around
Yeah, this is really interesting with Jasper because Buffalo has a really good young up and coming goaltender already. So to me, it's do they go with Jasper?
This guy's a snipe show, and he can play that
Oh,
style of game. And when you're
that's tough.
it's hard and heavy. He's got the body to do it. He's got the goal scoring ability to do it, and probably do it in your
Maybe Dallas gets him. My God, if Dallas, I'll tell you right now, if Jasper Wallstead drops to Dallas, man, wow. I can't see Dallas passing up on him. I think that's where Jasper goes. Calgary could pass up because they got Jacob Markstrom. Buffalo can pass them because they already have a goalie of the future, or maybe they do select him and they look at like, all right, we need more goaltending depth. I can't see the Rangers picking him. I can't see St. Louis picking him. They already have Jordan Bennington. I can't see Winnipeg picking him. They have one of the best goalies on the planet. I can't see Nashville picking him. They already have two amazing young goaltenders. Man, Edmonton is got to be absolutely beside themselves because they're either going to get, I think Sebastian Costa and Jasper Wallstead, one of them will be available at their pick because I can't see Nashville picking him, nor Winnipeg, nor St. Louis, nor the Rangers.
In Edmonton with the All Kings, okay, here's the thing. See, everybody's turning. Okay, you're getting this Stanley Cup playoffs.
And then Calgary has, they already have their goalie. So, but hey, who knows? Maybe they'll draft a goalie for the future.
All right, it's Calgary, Buffalo, Dallas, Rangers in the hole. We come back to this 2021 NHL Draft. What a day. What a night to celebrate family.
Man, what's gonna happen with Buffalo?
And the Boucher family celebrating their son as a first-round NHL draft.
Maybe Edmonton. If I'm Buffalo right now, I'm giving Edmonton a call right now, and see if you can. Let's see. Does Edmonton have a second pick? They do not. Here's a crazy idea for Habs fans. What if Habs decides to try to trade up? What if that's a possibility? Because they might look as all right. We got maybe we can trade Caden Primo for part of a deal, and they trade their first and 2 seconds. Try to trade up and select one of. Sebastian Cossa and Jesper Wallstedt and try to get one of those guys. Because to me, they're going to need about 4 or 5 years to develop. And by the time that happens, that's when Carey Price will come off the books. You already have Jake Allen for 2 more years. You got Jake Allen for 2 more years. You can keep Jasper Wallstedt or Sebastian Cossa. Oh man, this is getting intriguing. This is really getting intriguing now. I really believe.
There are things you only realize you're ready for when they're right in front of you. At Men's Warehouse.
I can't see Minnesota picking him. I can't see Boston. Boston's, they're stacked on they have so many great young goalies. They don't need him. Edmonton definitely is going to take one of them. they're going to take one of Sebastian Casa or Jasper Wallstead.
We make it easy to look your best.
Um,
Shop online or in any of our stores. Get ready to celebrate with the help of the new Men's Warehouse.
Dallas is interesting. But the thing for Dallas for me is that these guys is going to take a long time to develop. It's going to take a long time to develop. And do they have the time? Do they have time for these guys, for one of these two goalies to develop? That's going to be the thing. Man, this is a man. Where does he go? Where does he go? This is all right. Let's see what's Calgary's pick.
Calgary Flames general manager Brad Trey Living will be joined by Ted Butler.
I think they're going to go with Chaz here. I think they go with Chaz.
Thank you, Gary. The Calgary Flames are proud to select with our first pick in the 2021 NHL Draft from the Clark Cup champion Chicago Steel, Matthew Coronado.
There you go. On his way to Harvard University to play for Teddy Donato. He's up there in Livonia, Michigan.
Matthew.
13th overall. Right-handed shot. Got a little sandpaper in his game as well, doesn't he?
Sure does. He's like a bulldog. He's a dog on a ball and loose pucks. He's going to get after it because he likes to play with it. And why wouldn't you?
Wow! What the? 49?
No one is within 16. Yeah, 16 goals behind is the next guy.
What is going on? All right, let's look at this guy's number. And what was he ranked? He was ranked number 16. Bob McKenzie has TSN actually has him ranked number 13 actually.
It didn't matter. This guy was scoring him at even strength all over the place. He had a chance to get 50, and he talked with Brock Shanahan.
Wow, he actually Bob McKenzie actually got him.
Coronado said, you know what? I don't need 50. I got 48, 16 above everybody else. Let some of the younger guys have a chance. Let me get rested up for the playoffs, and it worked out. Their Clark Cup champs. Absolutely.
Well, like a winner, he added the 7 or 8 he had in the playoffs and got his 50.
Yeah, right.
So there you go. And that's who he is. A great character kid. Kid from New York, Long Island. Know him well.
Right.
A great family. He the best player on the best team. You know, to win the league. Those are the kind of guys you want. Character guys.
40 points in his first 19 games. Big Islander fan. He loves Mick Leddy. Emily Kaplan has more from the 614.
Yes, Matthew Coronado grew up on Long Island, but he's not necessarily from a hockey family. He went to Catholic school, then prep school.
Okay, so it's not really that surprising. I thought it was a little. I thought it'd be surprising, but it really isn't because TSN. Bob McKenzie actually got the pick exactly right to the number. So. Well, I didn't look at his numbers, so let me look at his numbers. Oh, wow. Scored 48 goals in 51 games. He was a plus 37, 85 points. Wow. Man, this kid was something. Wow. Okay, never mind. That's a great pick.
First time that's happened in NHL history. Our JP Morosi is with all three.
Man, this is going to be interesting.
What a night here at the Hughes household in Michigan. Quinn, the newest New Jersey Devil, Luke, and Jack. Luke, we talked 3 years ago. You were sitting in these exact same seats. The dream of playing together with one of your brothers in the NHL. What is the reality like?
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream come true, and I'm super happy and super excited to play with Jack, and, you know, someday hopefully play with Quinn too. So, you know, I'm super excited to be a Devil.
Your grandmother Penny said she had never seen you so happy, Jack. What did you feel when you heard that announcement?
Yeah, just...
Hey, for Canucks fans, let me ask you a question. If the New Jersey Devils come and asked like, what will it take to get Quinn Hughes out of Vancouver to come to New Jersey? Because if I'm New Jersey, I think the New Jersey Devils should call Vancouver about, hey, what do you want for Quinn Hughes? Because we would love to have all three Hughes brothers together.
First and foremost, I think he's going to really help them. And then, of course, the brother dynamic. I mean, I'm a little jealous, and I'm super excited for them. So it's really cool, really special.
So, Luke, of course, you've worn the same number as your brothers at the USA National Development Program, and now you're actually wearing one of Jack's jerseys. What does it mean to pull that sweater?
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream come true. I'm so
That's so funny. He actually put his brother's jersey, man. That's awesome. I was like, hey, bro, here you go. Oh man, that's really funny. Oh man. Oh, go on Twitter. Quinn Hughes. That needs to be a trend. Quinn Hughes to the Devils, so he could play with his brothers.
Next year or two, and definitely very special, yeah.
And Jack, to know your parents, of course, going coast to coast, now at least having two teams to follow.
So I got him wrong. Man, Buffalo. What does Buffalo do here, man?
They won't have to fly to a third city, so it'd be nice. Man,
so I had Dallas selecting Cole Sillinger.
Or another roommate, so I mean, I'm pumped up, Luke. It's a great pick.
And lastly, more than 11,000 draft picks in the history of the NHL.
Okay, so
three brothers all having gone in the top 10. What are your thoughts on NHL history?
Super special. It's a lot of great league, one of the best leagues in the world, and a lot of great talents come through. And I think,
all right, let me go. I want to go back to.
It's too hard to do. It's not like we're a bunch of specimens. We're 6'6". I mean, me and Jack are 5'10" flat, and so I think they really had to teach us the game. And,
so he had Bob McKenzie had Jasper Wallstead going 12th overall, and then Sebastian going 15th overall. So this is going to be.
32 teams in the league now. University of Michigan might be number 3.
So he actually had Chaz going top 10.
Yeah, I'm super excited to come to Michigan and try to win a national championship. So.
What a great night! Congratulations, guys.
That's great. All right, Sabres are up. We gotta take a goalie, right, Weeksy? Come on now. They're gonna need one. All right, let's find out. Commissioner Gary Bettman. Sabres, up to you.
For the 14th selection, we return to KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York, where the Sabres will make.
All right, Buffalo. Who are you going with?
Jerry Fortin, Director of Amateur Scouting, will be making the pick.
I think they go with this guy.
Buffalo Sabres are pleased to select from Leksand in the Swedish Hockey League, Isaac Rosen. Yeah! Isaac Rosen, Isak Rosen, take your pick. Tomato and tomato, chicken parm, veal parm. Are you surprised at this pick, Sam?
Well, we could use he, Coronado, Boucher, guys that I expected to be high risers. Fyodor Svechkov would be the other guy. We haven't seen him picked yet. But there was a lot of talk about Rosen moving up to the draft as we got a lot closer. You're talking about a guy that is a lot like Ken Johnson. This is 156 pounds. Yeah, he's obviously very light on his skates. No problem with the
Man.
When they work in sync at that speed and you can fit the game at that level, you're going to have a lot of success.
Oh God, I have to see what.
Transporter, goal scorer at the under 18s. The last 5 games had goals in each one of those. And so it's that goal scoring ability. It's so difficult to find, especially at even strength in the National Hockey League. You think that when he develops physically, that he's going to be a guy who's going to be able to do that to the Buffalo Sabres, and the Sabres need a lot of different pieces. This is just another one of Kevin Adams' tricks here to go with Rosen, who I think is going to be a successful goal scorer at the next level.
Outstanding skier, too. It can get great separation from defenders, 1 or 2 steps, which is so key in this game because the pace is high. It's harder and harder to find seams to be able to make plays, and he complements that skating ability with his
Oh
shot.
my God, I gotta go to see what's his.
He made the trade to go get the pick, and to
do something. Obviously, had his eyes on something.
Guys, there are better ways to get your push right for someone.
Brandon's one. Some guys who can make plays. He's a playmaker. The right-handed shooting Swede goes to the Buffalo Sabres. Well, Ken Johnson went earlier, maybe a bit higher, maybe not. We knew he had tons of skill. The Columbus Blue Jackets get him at 5th overall, and the Michigan Wolverines with Jackie Redmond.
All right, let's see. He's going crazy, right? He's going crazy right now.
First time this many players from the same school have gone to the first round, let alone the top 5 of the NHL Draft. How excited are you for yourself, but also to share this with your really close friends?
Give me Wallstedt, give me Lucius, Chaz Lucius. Here's your putting on the house Thursday.
Well, we had Matty Beniers' reaction live on an interview, and he was genuinely so thrilled to see you get picked. Were you expecting to get picked this early, or what was your mindset coming into this night?
Yeah, I definitely thought I could get picked, and thought I would get picked a little earlier than maybe some of the media showed. So,
Yeah, let's see.
definitely, anything happened, so super fired up when I got picked.
As you should be, and confidence is never a bad thing. Congratulations again on becoming a member of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and enjoy tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Jared.
6 of the first 13 picks.
So Chaz is gonna. Oh my.
That's a news.
My God, if Jasper goes to Edmonton, Edmonton is going to be.
Exchanging with the Detroit Red Wings at 23. Perhaps they're going to be swapping. So.
My God.
I won't ask for it again.
Yeah, no, keep asking. He's going. Of course, you got to think that at this point. You're a lobbyist. We're not even on Capitol Hill.
And he's a Swede.
And he's a Swede. Wallstedt, in the event that they go in that direction, or do they go Sebastian Cossa? I'm not sure, but I think it'll be either one of those two.
All right, so Dallas looks like they moved down. Detroit moves up to 15 to pick next in front of the Rangers. I don't think they're taking a goal. St. Louis, Winnipeg. There's Steve Yzerman, Little Caesar Arena, where they have their draft room assembled this evening, getting ready to pick again. They picked at 6th. It appears they have moved up to 15. Dallas moves down, and again, many.
My God, Detroit. They're taking Wallstedt.
What do you think, Sam?
They are taking Wallstedt.
You're trying to wonder, you get him a 2-year deal, you're wondering if he's going to be able to carry the mail for you. But I always say, if you're going to
They're taking Jasper Wallstedt. No question.
3 to 5 year developmental plan for the goaltender, and you look at all the
Okay.
picks, the 33 picks the last couple of years, 21 picks the next couple. At some point, all these guys have to come together. And what do you need at the back end? That development. So that's exactly what you need to send back there. So that all your players can make some mistakes, give up some 2-on-1s, and yet have the confidence that they're going to be able to go and score goals, knowing that the defensive part is taken care of.
And that's especially right at the start. Especially right at what he's doing now. Coming out of college hockey. You see how he stepped in seamlessly on the WJC World Juniors. Goal, college hockey, BC. I mean, it's been able to do it for one of the betters. Why not Leesburg? Gordon, have we convinced you yet? Talk to us. Talk to the world, Gordon. Come on. Well, try it.
If Stevie Yzerman does it, I could be convinced. He's been pretty successful in the league.
Yes.
So look, with Chad Lucius.
All right, I gotta find what the hell is going on. What is going on?
Yeah, he's heading to the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
So there is a trade.
They got to add skill up front if they want, but again, a lot of people identified the Red Wings with Jesper Wallstedt, especially the Swedish goaltender. But some feel Sebastian Cossa, 6'6" with some athleticism, is the future, right? You talk about fighting for pucks through screens. He kind of has that game and the athleticism to recover.
And he's gone through some adversity.
Okay, so Dallas. So it's just what I thought. Detroit is moving up to 15, and they traded pick 48 and 138 here.
Dallas is trading pick number 15 to Detroit for picks number 23, 48, and 138, all in this year's draft. So Dallas sends 15 to Detroit for 23, obviously a first-round pick, 48, second-round pick, and 138. So Detroit, you're now on the clock.
Yeah, they're selecting Jasper here. No freaking question. They are selecting Jasper Wallstedt here. No question.
They're thinking another team is going to take a guy, and they're not going to take any chance, and they really like somebody that moves from power to hard. The body washes you rub up.
Rate, if you look at it over the years,
It just gets just
moving up and moving down. It looks like you go to a familiar dance partner, Jim Nill and Steve Eiserman, were known each other through the Detroit Red Wings organization. But I'm looking at Dallas here, and I'm thinking about Jim Nill, Joe McDonnell, and you're thinking about the last two drafts. They've only had 9 total picks.
Man,
Now they have a pretty good complement right now, but the additional 2 picks and the down a few spots is really helpful in that regard. And Detroit 33 picks.
I'm surprised by that too, man. Why didn't they try to get Tyler Bertuzzi? Trade the 15 pick for Tyler Bertuzzi.
Overall, Jeff, how would you evaluate the Red Wings, farm system right now, if you will, and young players?
Yeah, I think it's on the come, right? He's got Sider, and you're thinking about Lucas Raymond, right? And I think they're doing a good job. That's this is how they did it in Tampa, and this is the same blueprint. And, as you build your team, you start to look down the middle, you look on the defense. Maybe Weeksy gets his guy.
Yeah, they're gonna pick Jesper Wallstedt, no question about it. They're going Sweden. They picked Mason Raymond. They got some Simone, the guy they did pick 6th overall, and now they're gonna get Jesper Wallstedt 15th overall. Wow. Man, what a steal! If they pick Jesper Wallstedt here, I will be shocked if they do not pick Jesper Wallstedt here. All right, Habs fans, serious question here. This is a serious question here. What could onto Ronto drop to Montreal? How crazy this draft has been. Could he drop down to Montreal? And if you're Montreal, if he's available at 31, do you take him? Because he was projected to be the number 1 overall.
For the 15th selection in the 2021 draft, we return to Hockeytown and Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan, and Steve Eiserman, executive VP
No way.
of the Detroit Red Wings.
Is it really?
Will make the second pick in
I'm hearing it's Casa.
With the 15th pick, Detroit selects from the Western Hockey League's Edmonton Oil Kings, Sebastian Cossa.
Wow. And Jesper Wallstedt keeps falling. My God. Does he drop? I can't see the Rangers drop. I can't see the Rangers picking him because they already have their goalie of the future. St. Louis is in a win now mode, and they got Jordan Bennington already, so I can't see them selecting him. I can't see Winnipeg selecting him. They already have an all-world goaltender. And I can't see Nashville picking him because they have 2 amazing goaltenders already. 2 amazing young goaltenders already. My God, Jasper might fall down to Edmonton. Holy moly. Imagine if he drops it down to Edmonton. The Edmonton Oilers are going to jump off their seats if they get him. My God. And if Edmonton does not pick him, I will tell you right now, Ken Holland, every Oilers fan should demand his head if Jesper Wallstedt drops down to 20. My God, that is going to be the biggest story.
Exactly. There's lots of chew on here. Keep in mind, when we saw Steve Eiserman, what he did with his archetype and what he did in building the Tampa Bay Lightning. They drafted Vasilevsky. We talked about that ball. He strikes again. He goes for Cossa, another big, powerful goalie. He knows everything that Vasilevsky's been able to do for his former franchise.
Man, I still can't believe that. I thought they were going to go and pick Jasper. Wow.
In the realm of those guys, Tristan Jarry, who's also an all-star, who is another look as well in the NHL games.
3.5 hours south of Detroit is Columbus, Ohio. That's where Emily Kaplan is with more. Emily.
Sebastian might be the draft's renaissance fan. His dad is Italian, didn't start skating till he's 40, now refs beer league.
Man, this is going to be...
Sebastian actually played football until he was 13.
Come on, guys. Can we get a move on here, please? Okay, the New York Rangers. Who do they pick here?
Legendary chirper from the crease, but off the ice, he's a really hard worker. Every summer, he works at a tabletop shop. Carpentry, manual labors, makes custom tabletops for restaurants and homes. So, guys, there's nothing this guy can't do.
Okay, so let's see. 23rd pick.
So he's got Neely's Seabass character, Dumb and Dumber, on the mask. There he is.
Looks very angry. How about that? Very soft box.
Detroit, you're having your very big saves. You have your goalie of the future. You look like Jack Hughes right now. That makes a lot of it right now. I'm being right now.
I will say in the goalie, the way he taking a goalie in the first round is right or wrong. What he did do is he traded up for a better guy that wasn't going to be there. Right? So he made a trade where this guy wasn't going to be where he was.
Gotcha. Who's on deck? The Rangers are on deck. Jeff Gordon was in that room the last few years. Now it's Chris Drury at the microphone to make his first selection, running the Rangers. 16th selections by Tarasenko. Tom Wilson. 16th overall selection. The Rangers pick is next.
Now here's a thought. Does the Blues trade do a trade?
I'm Alex Petrangelo of the NHL. Our family's not just a hockey family. We're a Honda family. Honda, official vehicle of the NHL.
Severe storm damage can cost you thousands in repairs. Hi, Phil Swift here. This storm season, you need the entire Flex Seal family.
So Colorado has a second. Could Colorado try to trade up?
Cracks and holes to prevent wind and water from damaging your home. Now it's easy.
Could the Avs try to trade up and pick up and select Jasper? Because Colorado can use a goalie of the future as well. They could definitely use one. Carolina could try to trade up. They could try to trade up to select their goalie of the future. I can't see Minnesota. They already have their number one goalie of the future. Florida doesn't need one. Detroit just got one.
World's most delicious snacks from nuts.com. Something truly magical happens. Freshness. Your choice of fresh nuts.
See, for me, I think Montreal should try to trade up.
Freshly roasted.
Yeah, I really think Montreal should try to trade up because you have Jake Allen, you got Jake Allen for 2 more years. Is Caden Primo? Here's a question for Montreal fans. I'm gonna put this on Twitter. All right, I'm gonna actually tweet this right now. Wow. Even one of the guys that's a huge Red Wings fan is surprised by this. So let me go to my...
If it's hockey, it's here. The official app of the NHL.
So the Red Wings trade in front of the Rangers. And select Sebastian Kosa. They had some intel on the Rangers.
Hashtag
So what does Chris Drury do now?
Abs.
The Rangers selection of the first pick. The pick is in, Commissioner Gerdyville.
The 16th selection in the 2021 NHL Draft will be made from the MSG Training Center in Westchester, New York, by New York Rangers President and General Manager Chris Drury. Chris?
The New York Rangers are proud to select from the Flint Firebirds, Brennan Othman.
The left winger is gone. Sam, what can you tell Ranger fans about Brennan Othman? They're going to be really happy with him because he plays with a little bit of edge. And at times you think that he's always been a sidecar. He was to Shane Wright with the Don Mills team, and then he goes to the under-18.
So
yeah,
like
got
that.
Brandon Menard there doing their thing over there. And Othman's just quietly going about his business. And he really grew on Coach Dave Barr there because he started out, wandering around a little bit positionally out of play, alongside of the puck, and Dave Barr turned him up and said, hey, you want to remain on that top line? You better get going here, young man. And that he did. So he's proven that he can play with a league player, but also play an elite style of game. The hands are really good. The skating has improved. And I remember going to a private skate, and I remember him from the under-16 days, and I'm saying to myself, wow, this guy's growing a bit. He's skating a little better. Some other skates there, they said the exact same thing. What's really cool is that him and his mom got together and they're trying to find a better nutrition program for him. They don't want to spend thousands of dollars like some of these guys going to train. So they find a local guy, and during the pandemic, he sets up a gym in his garage. And Brennan says, I don't want to drive 45 minutes. I want to use that time to work out 10 minutes from home. He goes, I don't want to hang out with the guys and be distracted and skate and laugh and do all that kind of stuff. I'm serious about this. I got to go after it. And he did. And he just trained by himself in that garage gym. Might have got a little lonely at times, but you know what? It worked out pretty well now. A New York Ranger, he is, no question. My sister and brother-in-law live in the area of Pickering there. And
Okay, so let's see what Habs fans are gonna say about this.
Over in Switzerland, a lot of people don't recognize him, but Othman went over there. He played exceptionally well in the second league in Switzerland. As a youngster going
Should the Habs at Canadiens Montreal try to trade up to get Jasper Walters so that they can use Caden as a trade piece? Yes, but keep Caden. Yes, trade Caden. No, I don't know. So let's hear it, Habs fans. Go on my Twitter. It's HFR 1986. Go on my Twitter. Let's see how many people. Oh, RE2 vote says no. Do not do it. Okay.
the nutrition and the weight program going, and yeah, that's a secret to life. Lift weights, start early, and never stop. All right, Sam? Don't forget your mom. Never stop.
All right, so let's.
St. Louis, Doug Armstrong, we know him as Army. We're now at the point where in the middle of the first round. So what are GMs thinking? Is this when you pretty much lean on your scouts and you're out of the equation now?
Well, no. I think what happens now is
I'll be.
you guys, tap in on the they might really like somebody and say, can you go get this guy?
Oh, now it's getting interesting here. Now it's getting interesting. Okay, out of 5. Oh, so 5. So 1 vote for I don't know, 2 votes for yes, try to trade up, and then 2 votes for no. You know, we got 1 vote to keep Caden, 1 vote to trade him. So let's come on, Habs fans. Let's hear it. I want to get some. Go on my Twitter, guys. Let's see what Habs fans think of this.
I believe they still have the pieces in place to contend. Think about Vince Dunn being gone, and then you think about this next tier of defenseman. Carson Lambos comes into play. Corson Kuhlman's had a great under-18s, a good skater, and offensive.
Oh, we got 3 votes. All right, let's.
Down sort of year. So now we're moving into that territory where the goalie, the second goalie, Ballstat will come into.
Okay, now we got 7 votes. Now we have a tie. Ooh. 2, 2, and 2. So 3 people agreed that we should trade up. 1.
The 17th selection in the
So let's see. All right.
NHL Draft will be made
I have no
from
idea.
the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri by St. Louis Blues President of Hockey Operations and General Manager Doug Armstrong.
You know, maybe they go with a winger here.
St. Louis selects from Maruski, Zachary Bolduc.
And all the hats there, just in case, you can pick up the blue note. Still, I think the best logo in all of sports. I love the blues. This guy's a real slippery player. You have a lot of skill that Doug Armstrong and his staff decided to go with.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. Did I pick him for that? Oh, no. Zachary, I had him going to the 20th pick. Okay.
So he's been on the map.
Oh, no. Wait.
Maybe a little bit undersized, but gets a little bigger and stronger. He's got all kinds of talent.
I might have been.
I thought it was really underrated in a lot of the people I talked to, but there's a game I remember doing back in December playing against Drummondville, and he scored goals in 3 different ways, and I was so
Okay, so let's.
are silky smooth. He's knocking pucks out of the air, he's deflecting pucks. He can shoot it from a distance with a little zip on it.
So I got him wrong.
14 of his 30 goals that year were scored on the one-time side. He's got a bullet.
I got him wrong.
Yes, of course, yes, he matured physically, and yes, there was the injury issue at the end of the year that set him back.
I got him wrong.
Serge Bolsonaro has done a great job. He allowed him to get his cookies as a 16-year-old. That power play, Dimitri Zavaradi, Cedric Parra, Isaac Belvo, Alexis.
Man, can anyone get my picks right?
And then he came back
And then
tried to be a little
got
bit
that one wrong.
be that guy. So he had to create his own identity. It took a little while, but the head coach Serge Bolsonaro really helped.
Oh my God.
You had your cookies last year. Now you need to find a more complete game, and I give him credit for doing so.
Emily Kaplan with more from
So
Columbus.
let's.
What I have heard about Zachary Bolduc is that he is a rink rat. His youth coach, Denis from Kerr, told me when he was 9, 10 years old, they basically had to reprimand him to leave the rink. Now, Zachary, whose first language is French, really wanted the American college experience, and everyone wanted him. Michigan, Penn State, BC, BU, UMass, Wisconsin. But then he got the best recruiting pitch, and it was from Rimouski's biggest alumni, Sidney Crosby, basically selling him on that as a path. Then Bolduc scored 30 goals in 55 games in his first season alongside Alexis Lafreniere, and I don't think he's looked back since. Bucci?
You must have noticed him, obviously scouting Alexi. Did you consider?
Man, I'm surprised. Wow, I'm really surprised that the Rangers did not pick him. I mean, why not pick? Why not trade for him so that he can? Wow, that's to me that's a. If I was the Rangers, I would have picked him instead if he played with Laferriere. Winnipeg. This is.
Mark Chipman moving on down to Kevin Shoveldayoff. Craig Heisinger is the assistant general manager there. Paul Maurice has been there for a long time. When you have that kind of synergy amongst your management,
Man, this is going to be interesting for Winnipeg. I mean, they need defense. They desperately need.
delegated the responsibility of acquiring the best players for your hockey club, and so I love that environment that Kevin Shoveldayoff.
I mean, they could use a right winger. They could use one. They can definitely use a right winger.
Senior hockey in Winnipeg. We're into that second tier defenseman now. We've seen that defensive core get depleted a little bit over the years. You know, with Trouba going, they had to acquire Pionk and do some things there. So Logan Stanley's come a long way. Maybe that's an area where
Because they got Cole Perfetti. They got a good.
They have some really nice prospects. Really headlined by Cole Perfetti, who they selected last year, who's outstanding in Saginaw, and of course, unfortunately, didn't get the chance to play this year, but.
So Winnipeg does have a really good young goaltender from what the announcers are saying at the draft. So
From Winnipeg, Manitoba, the general manager of the Winnipeg Jets, Kevin Shoveldayoff, will be making the 18th selection in the
I think they go with I think they go with a winger here.
Thanks, Gary. The Winnipeg Jets are proud to select from USA Hockey National Team Development Program, Chaz Lucius.
Great pick.
Winnipeg always seems to get a good player. He's on his way to Minnesota.
Great pick.
Really good player.
Man, oh man. What a pick by them. Yeah, this is an excellent pick. Excellent pick by Winnipeg.
The physicality, the training, the nutrition, the mental kind of aptitude element of the game, the skill development has been awesome.
Wow, what a pick.
You know, when this guy,
This is a fantastic pick. I mean, he just scored 13 goals in 13 games. He's an offensive driver that's very dangerous with times and spades. Great shot and gets it off the stick fast. So this is a. Man, that'd be something if Boston selects Ratu. Because I really feel Ratu, he could, in my opinion, I think he's going to be a steal in the draft. I can see him a steal in the draft, and Boston might take a gamble here. I think Ratu might go to Boston because they need center depth. They desperately need center depth, and I think Boston might take a risk on him.
After being in a wheelchair, the hyperbaric chamber, the journaling, the reading that he had to do to try and kill the time before he was able to come back. But hello. You gotta love it, Chaz Lucius. He has the ability to score in a variety of ways. And when you talk about doing it in big situations, that's something that is definitely needed. You look at the depth of scoring for the Winnipeg Jets. It's not going to happen for Chaz immediately, but I think
man, Winnipeg, they're going to be so good offensively. And what is Chad? And he shoots right as well. So I would not be surprised. I mean, think about that core they have. They got Cole Perfetti. They got Pierre-Luc Dubois. They got Kyle Connor. They got Nikolai Ehlers. All right, so they got Cole Perfetti, Mark Scheifele, Kyle Connor, Nikolai Ehlers, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and Chaz Lucius. Wow, that's gonna be a hell of a top six.
Introducing Upper Deck Impact. Your favorite NHL players are at the tips of your fingers. They're not just digital cards, but real cards that you can have.
They're gonna have a hell of a offensive core. I'll tell you that right now. All the Winnipeg has to do now, they need to add a couple of defensemen, and there's so many good young defensemen available.
They're all I buy for him. Normal shorts and underwear separate and ride out, but Bird Dogs have super soft built-in underwear, so you can just slide them right on. You're ready to go.
Then get the mortgage you've always wanted, one that costs less, is easy to apply for, and tailored to your needs. You can at Torrington Savings Bank. We offer low rates and fees and special lending programs to save you even more. Our website has calculators to give you personalized rate information, and you can apply online in just minutes with our easy application, or call one of our lenders to learn more about your options. When it comes to home mortgages, you name it, you need it, we've got it. Torrington Savings Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, so now let's see what Nashville does here. They're definitely not going to pick Wallstead. Most definitely. I could see them going for... Man, they need a lot.
Listen up. Feed excitement.
Well, they can definitely use some right wing. So maybe they go with this guy right here. And they go with... So my mock draft.
The Bruins and the Wild as David Coyle on the Preds making some moves in the offseason. Team is kind of I don't see teetering, but you know,
Well, let's see.
Well, I think a little bit in between.
My God.
Trying to have some high price guys there they left off. And
I will tell you right now.
Always protected pretty well and developed defense.
Yeah. So they won the Philly.
Yeah. So I would say, they have a couple of young players that drafted the last couple of
Come on. There's got to be a trade somewhere. Come on, guys.
I think one of the sore spots for them is the lack of consistency up front.
There's got to be a trade. Come on. Make it a little bit more interesting. Come on.
About that, but my discussions with him over the last little while, he said the same thing. John Hines.
All right, let's check the poll out. Oh, 28 votes.
Something that you can count on a regular basis up front.
Well, the Detroit Red Wings having a pretty
Let's refresh. Let's see what the. We got 28 votes. 32% says yes. Trade Caden. That the Montreal Canadiens should do it. So more than, I mean, close to almost 50%. So let's see, that is 46%.
What was it about this player that made him a crucial add for you?
So 46%.
Yeah, we think he's got a chance to be a really good goaltender in the National Hockey League.
So I think that's about what 13. That's about 12, maybe 12 votes or 13. Yeah, I think that would be 13 votes.
Prospect with Alex in Detroit. We got
So 13, divide that by 28.
Potentially have really solidified the goaltending position in Detroit.
Okay, yeah, so that's 13 votes. So 13 people say yes, trade him. And then I gotta figure maybe 7 says no.
Better are the Detroit Red Wings now than they were 5 months ago?
I don't really know the answer to that. We'll find out. We like to think we're progressing in the right direction. We're pleased with some of the moves that we've made, and tonight we're very happy with the 2 selections we made.
All right, well, congratulations on both picks and everything from the last few weeks. Best of luck moving forward.
So yeah, it's gonna 8 people said no. So 8 people said no, 7 said I don't know, and then the rest says and then the rest says yes. All right, let's refresh. Let's see. Do we have any more votes in? Nope. All right, Nashville pick is in. Let's see who it is. I'm going to say they go with a right winger here.
On behalf of the Nashville Predators, David?
Thank you, Gary. Welcome to Smashville, and thank you for all the fans coming out here as usual to the great loyal following. The Nashville Predators are drafting from Toyota in NHL in Russia. The Predators are proud to select better French top.
There you go. Nothing like Nashville. Ryman Auditorium right around the corner. Joe Jason is going to concert there soon. I'll come back down and see you. Now, if you go to Spetchkov, sometimes we see center next to players' names, but we're not sure if they can play center in the NHL. What do you think? Can this guy be a center iceman?
Yeah, I do. Based on what we saw from the under 18s, and you hope that progression.
Okay, so let's look at this guy's stats. Not too bad. He had 4 goals, 10 assists, 10. He had 15 points in 15 games in the NHL, 15 points in 38 games in the VHL. Okay, where did so they actually, Bob McKenzie actually had him ranked at number 17. So okay. So out of Bob McKenzie, that's actually a pretty good. That's a good move. I am going to tell you right now, if the Edmonton Oilers does not select Jasper Wallstedt, Edmonton fans better there better be a hashtag fire Ken Holland all over Twitter. This is the biggest no-brainer in the history of no-brainers. This is an absolute no-brainer for the Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers better select Jasper Wallstedt here.
Predators for doing that because they go back to Russia in back-to-back years. Was Askarov last year, and they go back there this year.
they better select him here.
In Russia, the skill development coach with Cheska, he said, listen, this guy's ability to make plays starting in the D zone, honoring the D zone responsibilities, a big body set, great hockey IQ, can protect the puck, manipulate defenders, and make players around him better. That's a 200-foot two-way center, isn't it?
Yeah, he had terrific U18, right? I think early in the season, people were talking about a third-line center. After U18, I think his stock rose.
No question. No question. Elliot Friedman has been with us throughout the night on our NHL Draft coverage. Of course, had a couple of big deals today to talk about. Now we're wondering about Jack Eichel. Elliot, anything falling on the Jack Eichel front?
About Jack Eichel.
Well, what we can tell you, John, is that a lot of the action in Buffalo was about the other center, Sam Reinhart. A number of teams have made calls to the Sabres, and there has been a lot of conversations today about Reinhart. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I believe Florida's been around there, and I believe Columbus has been around there, along with some other teams who've had interest in him. On Eichel, what I can tell you is just in making calls around today, the ask is still very high, and there were some teams who just felt that they weren't willing to pay what Buffalo was asking. Eichel is skating. I believe there's still a disagreement between the Sabres and the player about where to go medically here. I don't think that's been sorted out. I think he's probably a little bit frustrated, was hoping that maybe tonight would be the night for him, but it sounds like the action is hotter on Reinhart right now than it is Eichel. And, I think some teams, they've been in and out, they've kind of backed off a little bit, and they're just basically playing a waiting game with Buffalo to see if the ask does come down.
In all honesty, Buffalo, you don't have to trade him. You don't have to trade him. You got him for 5 more years. I think Buffalo need to do like the Matt Duchene. They need to go the Matt Duchene route. Do not trade him just for the hell of it. They need to take their time with him, because this is a franchise altering trade. So until someone is willing to pony up the return that Jack Eichel deserves, because in my opinion, the rumor is that they want 4 first rounders, some first rounders, a couple of prospects, some bodies. Because I've heard they want 1 top 6 forward, 1 top 4 defenseman, a first, a high-end prospect, and some picks. And to me, yeah, that's the price that you have to pay.
Got rid of a lot of the old guard of Minnesota to change the room, to change the culture there. You're talking about Ristolainen, gone. You're talking about moving Sam Reinhart. You're talking about moving Jack Eichel. Then Kevin Adams is looking and saying, we want to change things around here, and we want to do it pretty drastically. They're on their way to doing it.
We have a trade. Edmonton is up. I don't know if it involves them. Commissioner Gary Bettman, the details.
Well, actually, it does involve them. The Edmonton Oilers trade pick number 20 in the 2021 NHL Draft to the Minnesota Wild in exchange for picks number 22 this year, first-round pick, and pick number 90 also in the 2021 Draft. So the Oilers trade 20 to the Wild for 22 and 90, and
that is so stupid.
So Edmonton moved down 2 slots to gain a third. My guess is they feel their player will be there at 22, so they get a free third. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure if that's the goalie or not. Jesper Wallstedt is sitting there, but what do you think of this kind of trade?
That's what we were talking about, right? There's a team, Minnesota, and an aggressive general manager that is sitting in his room for now 2 hours saying,
you see, this is a big risk for Edmonton, because I really believe Dallas could trade up and still try to get Jesper Wallstedt.
So they want the player. They don't want to leave for anybody else, Minnesota. And Edmonton going to walk back and say we're going to get our guy here, man. So.
Man, this is I think this is a big mistake for Minnesota.
Well, I mean, I would think it happened. It seemed to happen before as Detroit.
I mean, let's look at Bob McKenzie's ranking.
Edmonton doesn't pick again until the 4th without this deal.
Yeah.
So Ken Holland acquires a well-needed asset.
Yeah, I think they go with this guy right here, Fabian. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Yeah, I think that.
This guy's awesome there. He just shoots from the hip. He comes out and he's guns a-blazing. I love what he's been able to do there. He's just taken charge and he has just kind of wiped it clean over there.
Yeah, if you love a player, then go get him.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't disagree. I think you both make some great points. Keep in mind, Billy Garrett played for them, too, and Billy G had a great career himself. But you're right, he has been able to cleanse the room and make this a team that's on the rise right now. I thought Minnesota had an outstanding season. They really did. He was the person that was able to bring Kaprizov over. Credit to him for bringing him over. Because I said in that World Junior, he was the best player in that World Junior tournament. He was unreal for Team Russia, and he made it happen. He brought him over. So I like how they're situated now. He said he didn't want to be.
All right, let's see.
Minnesota had been kind of the mild instead of the wild, and he wanted to add a little more edge to their group. They're starting to get that right now. Like it makes it wild.
Well, they haven't been very good. They did a lot there. You got to be not real pleased. You haven't won a playoff series since 20.
I mean, what if they go with a Russian here?
So like it's time to get going. Exactly. And do something. So you're right. Kaprizov gave them a flavor they just didn't have before.
I mean, they could select a Russian here.
What I'm learning is you found Kaprizov, which is excellent.
Fifth round.
Hey, just saying.
On about a wedding too. 3 weeks ago. So Billy Guerin moving up to Edmonton's spot at 20. The Bruins are on deck, and then Edmonton takes at 22, and then Stevie Y's up again at 23. So as the clock continues to tick down, now 2 minutes left. And here are the prospects for the Wild. We mentioned Kaprizov came in. That's a bit of a dicey situation right now. There was talk about an Eichel deal with some of these prospects. I don't know if they went down there, but man, the buyout of Parise and Suter is such a giant cap hit down the road. It's a weird thing to deal with when you have space this year that you don't have space.
Yeah, I'm just going to focus on this board quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out to Marco Rossi right now, who has been former Ottawa 67, one of my former OHL teams. What he's been able to overcome is nothing short of miraculous, and we're happy to see that he's in great health. This is a guy that is very dynamic offensively. Now that he's getting his legs underneath him and regaining the full health, keep an eye on him.
Commissioner Gary Bettman.
From the Minnesota Wild practice facility at Tree Rink in St. Paul, Minnesota, General Manager Bill Guerin
Okay.
will make the 20th
I think they go with the right winger here.
2021 NHL Draft for the Minnesota Wild, and it looks like you have some friends with you. So, Bill, you're up.
This year we lost a beloved friend and colleague and our assistant general manager, Tom Curvers. After a long playing career, Tom re-entered the hockey world as an executive, where he had a positive impact on every team he worked for and every individual he came in contact with. Tom will be dearly missed and fondly remembered. Tonight, we have Tom's 4 children, Madison, Rosie, Weston, and Roman, to help us make our picks. Roman, you're up, buddy.
With the 20th pick in the 2021 NHL Entry Draft, the Minnesota Wild are proud to select Jesper Wallstedt from Luleå.
Well, that's a combination of heartbreaking and classic right there to see those 4 children.
Absolutely.
Lost their dad. So,
My God.
Is the pick. I thought Kenny Holland at 20 would maybe take this guy because we're talking about a goaltender. Kenny was a goaltender back in the day. But again, identifies this Swedish
Ken Holland is an idiot.
and could be a guy whose size.
You had him.
Tell me your strengths, Kevin. No, you're on it. You're on to it right there, Bucci. I mean, this is a guy that played up in the Swedish Elite and looked exceptionally comfortable doing that, playing at the highest player level, and doing that not only efficiency, but also consistency as well. And as I look at him, I really love him in the UA team, but if you watch him play amongst men, he doesn't chase the game. I can't tell you how hard that is. I've been a young goalie myself. We want to jump around. We want to make every save. We want it so badly. And this guy, he's almost a drop in that. He knows he's going to make the save. He's a big body with an NHL frame. And he's very positionally sound. And just plays a very efficient game. This is one of the best goalie prospects out of Sweden in years.
Who would you compare him to?
team.
Hopefully Ben Summer calling
Who, I mean, the easy reach would obviously be Henrik a lot, but you know who he actually reminds me of a little bit more? Cam Talbot, who they already have. Somebody you know very well. So I see a lot of Cam Talbot in his game, and Cam Talbot was awesome for the Wild this year. Great figure by Billy Gary and the Minnesota. And with Kaplan, there's more from Columbus.
Great talent.
The Bellstedt family lives down the street from Nicholas Lidstrom, but his favorite Swedish player unequivocally is Henrik Lundqvist. Jesper and his brother, also a goalie, used to stay up late to watch New York Rangers games, but often they just watch highlights on YouTube the next day. They also used to go to Henrik Lundqvist's goalie camps, and I asked Jesper, do you remember any advice that Henrik used to tell you? And he said, to be honest, no, I was pretty starstruck. That said, he's very composed in the net.
Please, just.
On the power of...
Oh my gosh, the eliminations, guys. I don't want to get spoiled. I'm not looking at my chat. Thank you so much, though, elimination. I'll get to another second. Okay, they're having a kid announce it. Please, Wallstead or Lisa. Wallstead or Lisa, Minnesota. Yes! Wallstead is picked! Oh, I'm so happy for him! Wallstead is picked by the Minnesota Wild. Can we get some W's that shot from the Minnesota Wild? They picked Jesper Wallstead, a franchise talent in goal. Sorry, by the way, I was so disappointed that I didn't even I was trying to update this. Thank you so much as well. Tyler with 15, Clem with a 5, and your boy with a 5 as well. Shout out to you guys. I'll get into the donations after I round out this pick. But, of course, getting picked here, Jesper Wallstedt by the Minnesota Wild, not the Edmonton Oilers, but just assume that again, it is not Edmonton being stupid. But Jesper Wallstedt, to the Minnesota Wild, I love this trade. Again, as I said before, great size, great maturity, great. And one of the big things I
Man.
Wallstedt's game is just the.
I'm telling you, I am telling you right now, the Edmonton Oilers are going to regret this trade. They're going to regret this trade. My God. Ken Holland. My God.
Skating is such an important skill that everyone needs. You can never be too good of a skater, so that's something that I always highlight in my off-season routine.
Well, you sound like a focused player. Congratulations again.
This.
In Arizona.
That's crazy, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God! I have to look at Edmonton's Twitter account right now. They gotta be going absolutely nuts right now. They gotta be going nuts. You trade a franchise altering goaltender. They got to be losing their mind.
What do you think the Wild will do in their goalie process?
The 21st selection in the 2021 NHL Draft will be made by the Boston Bruins. Don Sweeney, general manager of the Bruins, joins us from the Gloria Ice Arena in Brighton, Massachusetts. Don?
Thanks, Gary. The Boston Bruins are proud to select from Luleå, the Swedish Hockey League, Fabian Lysell.
My God, what a steal.
Fabian Lysell is the pick. You see a bit of a delay here, so they haven't quite heard the name now. So we'll see the reaction. It's always fun. Let's see if they go crazy. A little bit high, but it's going to be Lysell, the right winger. We see a Nikolai Ehlers comparison. That wouldn't be terrible. Good genes. Dad was a professional soccer player. There's the reaction. Won world championship figure skater. So he's got good stems. Must be able to skate. Sam. Oh yeah, he can
great pick by Boston. You know, as a Habs fan, that is a fantastic pick. I mean, just imagine their wings. You got David Pastrnak, Brad Marchand, Taylor Hall, and then you're going to have this kid. Wow. The wing depth on this team is going to be insane. Nice pick by Boston. That's an excellent pick by the Boston Bruins.
Very good, but the move was probably good for him. It was good for everybody, and I think this guy is a star in the making. I really do.
My freaking God. Oilers, you guys are such idiots. You let Lysell and Wallstead walk. I don't know who the hell they pick here. I really don't know. I really don't know who they're going to pick here.
The reaction, that's good. It means a lot. As these next year will be back in person in Montreal.
So the pick Bob McKenzie had at 22. Well, technically 40. I mean, they need goal. I mean, they could do. They definitely need a goal scorer.
Remember, the guy's blind, but he's still dangerous. Underground. The sequel to the best American horror film in 20 years is here.
What's happening?
Yeah, man. What a pick for the. I all the fans has got to be losing it right now. They got to be losing.
You are what you buy. It's not true. Small souvenirs, experimental decor, your whole education. They're all a reflection of who you are. All the big stuff and small stuff that's really big stuff makes your life yours. Your checking account helps make it all possible. So you deserve a bank that puts your life first. Here, checking stays personal. People's United Bank.
If you care more about low taxes than tall buildings, Ohio is for you. Put down roots for your business. There's room to grow, because we're not built for followers. We're building for leaders. Check out ohioisforleaders.com.
I plan to catch up on all the episodes I missed.
Still have a lot of TV to get through. Catch up. Let's watch some crazy stuff, yo.
Season 5, here we go.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
Kenny Holland and the Edmonton Oilers moved on a couple of spots to get a third. And then Minnesota moved up to take the Swedish goaltender. We thought maybe Kenny Holland would take, but he was not. As the pick is in for the Edmonton Oilers. Who do they
Ken Holland, you're an idiot. You are an absolute idiot.
slots down to 22. What are you thinking there, Sammy?
Oh boy, we still have that run of that second tier defenseman. We talked about Landholz, Kuhlmans, Daniil Chayka. We got a real sniper in center with Tuomola. Schiffer
I mean, the only pick that makes sense to me, you know, maybe they go onto Roddy because he has shown that he's a really good two-way player.
22nd selection in the 2021 NHL Draft from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. Ken Holland, President of Hockey Operations and General Manager of the Oilers, will make the pick. Ken?
The Edmonton Oilers select from Shawinigan of the Quebec Junior League, Xavier Bourgault.
There you go. Pay those point rush dues, Kenny. Slippery, good release. This guy good, huh?
Xavier Snipe Show is what I call this guy. So he's played with 3 different coaches in Korea.
Number 22. Did I actually have him? Because I know I had him around that pick. Wow, I actually had him. So I was right. It's just I actually did have. I got his pick right. I said that Edmonton was going to pick him. So I got this one wrong. Okay, so I actually did pick. Wow, I actually had him ranked at number 22, so I was right. Okay, so I got 4 right. Unbelievable. So who's the next pick? Is Dallas.
You're absolutely right. When you have a crafty release like that, and I spoke to the great Patrick Waugh, who's the GM coach of the Quebec Rampart and the Quebec Junior League, on the way in here today, and I can echo what you're saying. When you have a shooter that's able to kind of change the release point, freeze, get the deception, give misinformation to the goalie only has a fraction of a second to be able to react and make a save. He has an uncanny ability of being able to do that and freezing goals and beating them cleanly.
Yeah, a pretty good job for them to move down. They saw he was going to be there. They felt he was going to be there. They knew the list. They got an extra pick out of it, and then they get their guy. Pretty good.
Cool. All right, so the NHL Draft 2021 continues on. Take a look at the big board again. Historic night again for Michigan. 4 of the first 5 picks of the draft. Michigan Wolverines.
I mean, it's not a bad pick because he scored 20 goals in 29 games. He's a really good goal. He's a really good goal scorer.
4:30 in the morning where you are, so I will try to make this quick. You know, what does it mean to you to see a team like the Minnesota Wild trade up to get you because they value you that much?
Yeah, you know, I'm very happy for that, and I think Minnesota is a great organization, and as you say, they're trading up only to get.
Man, Minnesota, what a trade!
Happy for that, and
What a trade for Minnesota.
Are the rumors true? Does your family live down the street from Nicholas Lidstrom? And if so, what is the relationship like between you and the Lidstrom? Like, do you guys have barbecues? Like, what's the backstory?
No, it's true that.
Okay, so let's look at. My God, he doesn't even have any. Wow.
That's a pretty cool experience.
He doesn't have no profile whatsoever. That's insane.
Being drafted tonight, and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you a lot.
A sought-after netminder, Billy Guerin, gets him at number 20, and we bring in Elliot Friedman now with more on Jesper Wallstedt. Just curious, Elliot, how many teams were trying to get Jesper Wallstedt?
Well, I think it's at least 3 that offered to move up to try to take that pick away from Edmonton. It's a good thing he got sent the full box of hats because it could have been a couple of different ones. Obviously, Minnesota, I think LA did too, and I believe there was at least 1 or 2 more. You know, the thing is that Edmonton didn't want to move too far down. Bourgault was a guy they wanted. I like the nicknames you guys were just giving him, and there's a reason that Edmonton didn't want to go too far back because they wanted to make sure they still got him. But there was a lot of action behind him, and it was Minnesota simply because it was a short drop for Edmonton that was able to make it. LA in particular was too far back.
And they still get Xavier Bourgault 2 picks later. And so now it is Dallas. Remember, they flipped spots with Detroit.
I really wonder who was the other picks.
So, a real disappointing year last year for the Dallas Stars after reaching the Stanley Cup final. Didn't make the playoffs.
playoffs, Gary Bettman with the Stars.
From the Dallas Stars practice facility in Frisco, Texas.
Let's see. I actually had into Ronnie going here. Let's see if Dallas wants him.
The Dallas Stars are proud to select from Windsor Veterinary Hockey League Wyatt Johnston.
Stanley is pumped. Wyatt didn't play this past season. The OHL shut him down. How do you evaluate a guy who didn't play?
This is an amazing story. And no games, except for someone who watched him in his 16-year-old season. Trevor Matowski, the head coach, now with the assistant coach with the Montreal Canadiens, loved him his second half of his 16-year-old year, just under a point per game. And he started to open eyes with that great hockey IQ. Hockey Canada had the nerve to take this guy without playing any game. Yeah, he looked around, he couldn't find a place to play. The other high-end Ontario kid all went over to
What the? What is Dallas?
He goes to play for the under-18s. Dave Barr says, "We think we know what you are. We want you to play. We want to check you out." So now you're watching Johnston saying, "I haven't played a game all year. I've got great chance to audition my skill set and my first scoring ability to all the scouts. And you're not going to play check you out? This guy hasn't said a word. He accepted that responsibility. He took on that responsibility. And it was besides. That speaks to everyone.
Wow.
Dallas, what are you doing? You went. This is so sad, man, because they went with Matterborg, a high-ceiling guy last year, and I thought, okay, they're going in the right direction. I like that their draft philosophy is going for talent, going for excitement. But they go with literally the opposite in Wyatt Johnston. And I think he's going to be a good player. He'll be an NHL player. He'll be a guy. But the Dallas Stars are going to be guys. They need talent for the future, man. Especially when we need that in like 2 years. This selection is going to look terrible in 2 years when you're in the bottom of the basement and Wyatt Johnston is he's like a third line guy in the AHL. He'll be an NHL guy. He will be an NHL guy. But you.
Wow, I feel sorry for him, man. He's losing. I don't freaking blame him. That is a dumb pick. Wyatt Johnston, like, my God, you could not pick this guy in the second round. Like, Dallas, what the hell are you doing? What a stupid pick.
I wish him the best, though. I wish him the best. You know what? He's a Dallas Star. Whatever happens. I wish him the best.
My God, he was ranked 63rd in Cap Friendly. What are you doing? What are you doing? What a dumb pick. That is a dumb pick. Congratulations, Dallas. You made the Edmonton Oilers pick not that bad. Like, wow. Wow.
There's no need. This is like the Brendan Othman pick for the Rangers. You're already stacked in centerman. You literally picked Tyler Landry in 2018. You picked Harley in 2019. You picked Borg as a centerman in 2020. Why are you picking another centerman in the first round? I was just hoping for a winger, man. I was just hoping for a winger. Anybody like a Stromgren or even like a Civil Robertson, I'm fine with. I mean, cool. It would have been alright. It would have been okay. I am guaranteeing, though, you could have gotten Johnson at like 30th. At least.
I mean, what a dumb pick.
Colin Walston was picked by the listen. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Jesse the 5 for your struggles. Thank you. Can we get some Jesse hype, y'all? Like the Dallas Stars. The Stars don't have they don't have like.
My God, what a.
Picks, man. You usually only get one per year. It's usually like the 20s, and you don't need that many options. But you had options here. You had real options. And the Dallas Stars, it sucks because last year the Stars.
Man, what a that was such a dumb pick by Dallas.
Oh
Oh my God, they're at the yacht club.
I can't swim, but Steve, would you like
Man, what a dumb pick by Dallas. All right, Florida. What does Florida do here, man?
The young goaltender Spencer Knight, a lot will really determine his maturation. The better he is, the better they'll be, obviously. Again, when you're in this mode as an organization, a veteran head coach.
All right, let's see, like who could they? He's gone.
You're better. The reward is you're in the back of the draft.
Yep.
You're not in the top 10.
He's gone. He's gone.
Hopefully they have a couple guys in mind here that they know well and they're focused on. The guys are pounding the table.
How about an Atu Ratu? Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's gone.
This year things have changed. Dynamics have changed. Still going to go, we presume, in his first round. There he is. Atu Ratu. Ratu was the spelling.
I mean, they could go with Carson.
But I'm curious to see where this goes. I'm curious to see.
Well, you have a film like Barkov, who's a Mets young man, but he's such an interesting story that the numbers don't quite add up well to that. So that's the thing you have to be wondering about. You love the work rate, you love the size.
They could go Ratty here.
But something just
That would be an interesting pick.
You play as a double underage at the World Juniors, and then you come back the next year and you don't make that team. There's a lot of predictive markers when you look at.
Man, this is going to be. This will be interesting.
Point per game or better. It just didn't work out that way. Now, maybe for Ratu, we have to give him a bit of a hall pass. The pandemic, it affects people in different ways. You don't know how that quite works out. But he is a very interesting story as we get to this back end of the draft.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a weird and big fall for sure. As we wait Florida's pick and see what direction they decide to go in.
Well, the Oilers organization should thank Dallas because everyone I think is forgetting their terrible trade on trading down because Dallas just pretty much say did Edmonton make a bad? Edmonton do a bad move? All right, here, hold my beer. Dallas pretty much just said, hey Edmonton, hold my beer now. Like.
I really thank them, and then obviously for the Winnipeg Jets organization to believe in me. I mean, I couldn't have dreamed it any better.
For you to have Cruz, your brother, here with you and celebrate with him, what does that mean?
It means everything. Obviously, we've been through a lot together. Obviously, he plays at the NTDP as well, and obviously next year he'll go through this. So, really happy for him.
Oh my God! I swear to God, they make this like.
Yeah, obviously.
We're almost at 3 hours. Like my God, dude! Like.
I feel like I became a better player in person from it. So, I mean, overall, I really, I feel like I had a great year, and I look forward to proving my ability and skills.
Great journey for you from Grant, Minnesota now to being a first-round draft pick, Chaz. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Back to you.
All right, so Chaz won the 18 there to Winnipeg as we await the Florida Panthers pick. Columbus will make their third team in the first round. And Commissioner Gary Bettman will introduce the Panthers.
The 24th selection in the 2021 NHL Draft will be made by the Florida Panthers. Shane Trilla, Director of Amateur Scouting for the Panthers, is with us from the Lauderdale Yacht Club in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Shane?
I could see them picking a defenseman here.
The Florida Panthers are proud to select from the Chicago Steel of the USHL, Mackie Samoskevich.
Another Michigan Wolverine, Mackie Samoskevich, a tight-knit family from Newtown, Connecticut. Sandy Hook. Twin sister Maddie plays for Quinnipiac, the Bobcats. And so the night for Michigan continues. Again, this guy's also headed to Ann Arbor to play for.
That one wrong. That one wrong.
Unbelievable that he's one of those really good skating players. And a guy
Oh wow, he's from Connecticut. Nice. Mackie, where did I have him? Oh, I had him going to Montreal. So not a bad pick.
I think this is a situation here where you're looking at another Michigan guy. My goodness, what is Mel Pearson going to do over there with all of this wealth of talent that he has in front of him? But good opportunity for him to go and play, at least get to the World Junior Camp and see how things work out for him.
Yeah, character kid, great family, know him well. Like like you said, from Newtown, can really shoot the puck, strong on the puck. I like that pick a lot.
We got on the road too. He's a type of player has one.
Man, maybe Columbus. This is where they select their defenseman. They select another good defenseman.
A hostile environment, playing on the road, Stanley Cup playoff game. These are the type of guys that you need in your group, and that goes a long way. That's a huge compliment for a young player.
Maddie and Melissa, his sister, and of course mom and dad.
Yeah, because Carson. Yeah, he had. Look at that, 11 points in 13 games. He's going to be a really good player. He's a really good defenseman.
Largely because of that. I mean, the healing. There's people that you knew that had perished in that shooting, and you're thinking to yourself, as a family, how much more you appreciate.
Bob McKenzie had him ranked 21. I think this is where he goes.
In a situation where now you're all forced to come together and you have to be there, because how sad would it be to have witnessed that?
He wore it in the Winnipeg Ice, so he's a potent shooter with the skill and defense, improving his shot location with and without the puck. He activates from the point, become a passing option and a scoring threat. He fakes shots and passes, waits for the defender to commit, and then bursts into the space he created. He looks like he's gonna be a really good young player. Man, too bad Winnipeg didn't pick.
Every room has its challenges.
Let's look at Winnipeg. Do they have they got the 50th pick.
We engineer them for drivers who are determined to power through, just like you are. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Passport, Pilot, and CR-V.
Do you have a dark garage that needs more light, or one lonely bulb up in your attic, or down in the basement?
Man, could you imagine if Montreal trades up here now and tries to get Carson? That would be a really good trade for Montreal. Carson is exactly what we need. He's 6'2". He looks like he's a puck-moving defenseman. We're desperate. We need right-handed shots, right-handed defenseman. And he was really good this year. He had 11 points in 13 games at the U20. He was a +9. He did play in Liga for a couple of games. So he's shown a really good promise. He's 6'1". He's 200 pounds. He's big. He's big. He's very heavy. So I don't know. And there really isn't anyone that spectacular. So let's look at Bob McKenzie, because we need right-hand defensemen for sure.
It's perfect for garages, basements, patios, attics, and more. Other lights this bright can cost up to $200, but you won't pay that. If you want crazy bright light, get Tri-Burst from Bell & Howell today for just $29.99.
I'm not sure if he's already been picked, Carson. No, he has not been picked.
So everything is crazy bright.
Let's see, is he a right-handed? Is he a right-hander? He is. He too is also a right-handed defenseman. So there is a couple of really good defensemen. Wow, look at the World Juniors. He had 8 points and he was a +11. And he's going to University of Wisconsin. Hey, you seen what Wisconsin has done with Cole Caulfield? Maybe this is the pick Montreal goes with. He's a right-hand defenseman. I can definitely see Montreal trying to see if they can get him.
For the 25th selection in the 2021 NHL Draft, we return to Nationwide Arena, where the Columbus Blue Jackets will round out their hat trick of first-round draft picks, and Jarmo Kekalainen, the general manager of the Columbus Blue Jackets, will make the pick. Jarmo?
To announce our next selection in the 2021 NHL Draft, I'd like to introduce the Day 1 Blue Jackets season ticket holder, Matthew Byrne.
With the 25th pick of the 2021 NHL Draft, the Columbus Blue Jackets select defenseman Corson Ceulemans from Brooks of the AJHL.
All right, so Columbus, they lose a right-handed shooting defenseman today, the Chicago Blackhawks.
Damn it.
They select a right-handed shooting defenseman, good size as well.
Damn it.
While they've addressed the forward position.
Oh my God, I would love to have had him.
So this does make logical sense. We've talked about getting into that second tier of defenseman. Ceulemans would represent that. Pretty cool story how he got his name Corson. His dad goes out to the bar one night, gets into the sauce with Shane Corson.
God, that would have been such an awesome pick for Montreal.
That's kind of a cool story, but good height, 6'2", 198 pounds. Here's a guy who skates really well. Sometimes a little bit loose in the way he plays, but that's what you get when you allow an offensive defenseman to do his thing. Every now and then they're going to get caught and they're going to make the wrong play and they're going to give up odd mans the other way. But you live with that risk knowing that the upside for him to produce offense is there. And we're seeing the AJHL.
He's a lefty.
About him a couple of years
Yeah,
ago.
I don't see. And quite frankly,
So I really like this player, and you address the two forwards early on, and now you get a really good defenseman.
I think it's a really good value pick here because Ceulemans has a lot of skill, very talented. I've spoken to some people that have gotten a chance to see him, albeit briefly, with Brooks in the AJHL, and he's a guy that can really control the tempo of the game. He doesn't force plays. He generates his offense within the rhythm of the play.
God, man, I would have loved to. I would have loved it so much if Montreal could have gotten him. God damn it. That would have been an awesome pick. It would have been so freaking awesome if we would have been able to get him. Alright, so. Because we don't need left-handed defensemen. We desperately need a right-handed defenseman because we need some right-handed defensemen.
Commissioner Gary Bettman, another pick is in.
For the 26th selection in the 2021 NHL Draft, Bill Guerin is back, general manager of the Minnesota Wild from Trier Rink in St. Paul, Minnesota, to make the selection. Bill?
Awesome. Awesome draft for Columbus, man.
Big shout out to all our fans across the great state of Minnesota. And now for our next selection will be Weston Curvers.
With the 26th pick in the 2021 NHL Entry Draft, the Minnesota Wild are proud to select Carson Lambos from the Winnipeg Ice.
It's a good-looking family right there, those Curvers kids doing a great job. Show them lots of courage to do what they're doing, and Carson Lambos, another defenseman.
Another great pick by Minnesota, man.
The interesting backstory about this young man is when you go back to his 16-year-old year, he played in the top pairing. He got all the top matchups against. He was still able to produce.
Two great picks, man.
And as a 16-year-old defenseman in that league with all the travel in the Western Hockey, that is a really difficult challenge.
Man, you draft Jasper Wallstedt and then you get Carson Lambos.
Everything they have to do, they have to go west to play. They have Brandon close by, but after that.
What a great pick by them. Fantastic pick.
Different language, all of these things that he had to overcome. And so now you're wondering, what's going on with this guy? He doesn't look like the same player. He comes back, he gets into a couple of games.
Man, what a Minnesota, what a draft for them. You get Jasper Wallstedt and then Carson Lambos. Wow. Great draft for Minnesota.
I'm a much better player than wearing
Now, what does Carolina do? Carolina's interesting.
Yeah, he moves like an NHL when you look at him. You know, they get the goalie first, they go get it.
I mean, could they go with Adi Ratu?
With some upside.
Could they go with Atu?
Billy G.
Reminds me a lot of Jake Sanderson.
Where does Atu go, man? Imagine if he drops to Montreal.
What we saw from Jake Sanderson last year.
I can see Mark Bergevin taking a risk here.
Play their ability to skate, get up and down the ice, and have a little bit of snarl and some jam, some physicality on that back end.
Or hell, maybe even Vegas. Vegas could take a risk on him.
Wyatt Johnston, as we mentioned, the Dallas Stars pluck him at 23 with Jackie Redmond.
New Jersey doesn't need centers. They got Niku Hischier and Jack Hughes, so they don't need him.
Must be elated after a season where you didn't get to play a whole lot. How much more does this moment mean to you?
It means so much to me. You know, it's pretty special. Just having the chance to get drafted in the NHL has been a dream of mine for as long as I can remember. And just being drafted by the Stars is an amazing feeling, and it's been
Xavier, he's been selected.
For me personally, and for
What's
everyone.
the?
It's an amazing feeling.
He's gone. 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 He's gone.
I'm a versatile two-way forward. I think I'm someone who can pretty much do anything for the team to, you know, help the team win. Yeah, I'm willing to do anything to help the team win, and I'm just super excited to.
I mean, maybe Zachary right here, man. Maybe Montreal goes to their roots and drafts a Frenchman, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, too much lettuce for the bowl there, but hey, it looks beautiful. Look at that. Carolina's got a lot of good mojo. Rod Bray's got that team's pulse. You know, they're great on special teams. They've been one of the best teams in the league the last 3 years, you know, but what they got to do to get over the hump to really become a player in the Eastern Conference as maybe the Penguins age, the Capitals age, the Bruins maybe getting that point. So this is their chance.
So Montreal needs help. They need a couple of teams to draft lower than where Zachary is ranked right now at 25th. They need some help. You know, maybe it would be nice if if Colorado, New Jersey, Carolina, and Vegas takes a risk with Rowdy onto.
They've done a really good job building the team, and ultimately, you look at even the young guys that took Jarvis, I think last year, he's a good player. You know, I think Jack Drury's going to be good. So all forwards, maybe ultimately if they could find a D, but again, where you're picking, you're probably going to go for your best player.
Yeah, I'd agree that Dominic Bach is really skilled too. He's got a lot of talent. The young shot of Germany, and Suzuki's brother is really talented too, as you know from seeing him in the L. I think all things being equal, they're going to look for a certain pedigree. Players that come to the rink as consummate pros, like Ron Brindamore. They're coached by former teammate, the great Ron Brindamore, who of course won the Coach of the Year. Jack Adams, he was awesome.
I think there's one piece about the direction that Carolina has gone here. And you look at Tom Dunham, the owner, and he applies analytics in his business. He's obviously a very successful businessman. They moved on from their head scout, Mike Dawson, Robert Cron. They moved on. They're now working with Seattle. And so I think the analytics department...
Yeah, I think Carolina's going to trade. They're going to trade this pick.
Especially with this draft pick, you get in the lower end of the first round, and now you're thinking about some of that uncertainty. You're hoping that the analytics will be able to...
Yeah, I think there is a trade.
They had a trade working on this selection. We'll see perhaps somebody moves up. We'll find out when we return for the 2021.
Okay, so yes, it has been confirmed. The pick has been traded. So let's... Habs Chronicles said, thank you, Garen, for the quick pick. Thank you. Yes, Garen, thank you.
At Fingerhut, we don't define you by your credit score. We celebrate you being you. So we offer loan.
I wouldn't be surprised if he
toys, and more, you'll find it all at Fingerhut. You do you, and we'll help build your credit at fingerhut.com.
Fingerhut credit accounts are issued by Wayback Method.
Hockey fans are gearing up at NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the largest assortment of NHL fan gear everywhere, with unique one-of-a-kind designs by fanatics, and authentic fan gear, the latest styles from every NHL team, and all the players you love. Don't wait, shop now, and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, the fanatics experience.
I mean, he's from Montreal. That'd be something if Montreal. Alright, so much of this game is defined by his physicality. He's a hitter who put more than his fair share of poor opponents into the boards and onto their asses. He'll get under his opponent's skin after the whistles. He'll fight defensive. He'll mix it up. His problem-solving ability through secondary and technically defensive variables let him make plays where others would struggle to retain possession. I can see Birch. I wouldn't be surprised if Bergman is trading up with Carolina. This would not surprise me.
Great night for the Boucher family. Tyler, as you can see right there, first round NHL draft pick. His dad, Brian Boucher of ESPN and ABC from Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Same hometown as Brian Bernard, a little town around it. Two NHL players, two good ones as well. J.P. Morosi is with the father.
Here with ESPN hockey analyst Brian Boucher. Brian, how did the Senators do with their 10th pick tonight?
They did a fantastic job. They did their homework, I guess. I'm thrilled. A heck of a day for Tyler. Really proud of him. He had a really tough year injury-wise. A couple of different knee injuries, illness, and he battled through it. And he stayed positive. And I think everybody eventually playing hockey, they're
Oh wow, Brian Bouchard. That was so. Brian Bouchard's son got drafted by Ottawa.
He stayed with it, and he's rewarded for it tonight. So super proud of him. Ottawa's a very good team that's on the ascent, and hopefully they'll be a big part of that.
When you think about, Brian, just the sacrifice that goes into moving to Michigan here, to being away from home, as a dad, what is it like to watch a night like this?
Yeah, I mean, it just brings back so many memories for myself, right? I mean, I played junior hockey in the Western Hockey League. An American kid went out west and did that to chase my dream, and was fortunate to play in the NHL a little bit. And you hope your kid likes hockey enough that he wants to do that, and he put all the work in, and he deserves all the credit. And then to see him have a moment like this. It's overwhelming, truthfully. I mean, it's one thing when it happens to you personally, but when
In all seriousness, I really wonder if Pierre wanted to pick him because I'm pretty sure he's worked with Brian a whole lot, and I wonder if he just picked him because he likes his father a lot. I really wonder that. Comment below. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think they picked Tyler because Brian is a spokesperson and he's always on TV inside the glass, just like Pierre, and now Pierre is part of the Ottawa Senators? I really wonder if that's what's happening here. Okay, so
Jenna and Chris Osgood, who we lived with the Billets here in Detroit. I mean, he had a great billet family. A beautiful
okay, so Nashville trades pick 40 and 51. So they trade 2 seconds.
Congratulations on everything. Thanks so much.
It makes you wonder if so Nashville is moving up.
Next at 27,
Carolina Hurricanes trades pick number 27 in this year's draft to the Nashville Predators in exchange for picks 40 and 51, both in the 2021 NHL Draft. So to reiterate, Carolina trades 27 to Nashville in exchange for 40 and 51, and that means Nashville, you're on the clock.
All right, so a couple second rounders are heading to Carolina. Must not have seen a player they love there. So we get a couple selections in the second round, just 11 selections apart. Meanwhile, Nashville has identified a player. So again, take us in the room.
So Nashville's got one.
You see a guy, you see one specific guy, you see a group of guys. Like what do they think when they make a move like that?
I think it's one. I think at this point of the draft, they're saying, wow, this guy's still here.
Okay.
We have him. Maybe they have him as high as 10. Maybe they have him,
So how many picks does Carolina have in the second round? So they have 1, 2. Wow, Carolina's got 4 picks in the second round tomorrow. Wow.
We all have to roll quickly. That's true. So, yeah, I mean, it could be anything, but this is a team that really likes a player that has it higher than most, it looks like. And another team that can go back and get 2 second-round picks like Carolina. We've done that a few times. We've seen that before.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy to me because I look at they've had 20 picks the last 2 drafts, and then I look at they've now got 3 seconds, we get 2 thirds, a 4th, a 6th, and 3 seconds.
All right, one second.
Wow. Like what's happening here? So
Carson went number 26. Hey!
You'd be able to tell us here.
I got it right. I got another one right.
This pick is worth this.
I know I didn't get his pick right.
Carolina utilized it here. Let's see who Nashville values at this pick right now, Commissioner Gary Bettman.
We're going back to Nashville, and outside the Bridgestone Arena, David Hoyle, President Hockey Ops and General Manager, is going to make the 27th selection in the 2021 draft. David?
Thank you. From Halifax in the Quebec Major Junior League, the Nashville Predators are proud to select Zachary Leroux.
Son of a bitch.
Alright, talk about sandpaper. We had 4 suspensions this year for Zachary.
God.
He's a stocky kid who's hard on the puck, and that Preds fans love those kinds of guys.
They sure do. And one of those suspensions happened to...
Son of a... I really wanted Montreal to get him. Oh my God, Habs fans has got to be losing it right now.
He gets up at 5:30, he does the Easter egg hunt. He goes to the rink, they play against Charlottetown, he scores 2 goals, 1 on the power play, 1 short-handed. He misses in the shootout. Then he loses in the shootout. He's getting interviewed after the game. What does he do? He's hot. This guy wears his heart in his sleeve. He flips him the bird. That cost him 2 games. And a couple of other suspensions mixed in there as well. His story really starts at the Canada Winter Games for Quebec, an underdog against Ontario in the gold medal game. This guy scores the overtime game winner and what was a pretty big upset on an awesome, really deep Quebec team. He goes to Moncton, has a really good first year there. He gets traded to Halifax. People are starting to question his character. He is a player that needs a little bit more discipline, a little bit more accountability, and a little bit more structure. But you're talking about...
Come on, stop talking.
He's going to play hard, he's going to play heavy, and he's still going to beat you with some skill.
Holy Christ, man. It's almost midnight. It's almost 11:30. Can you stop talking and get... Why is there 5 minutes? The clock should be down to 2 minutes. 2 freaking minutes. Come on. Joe Sakic, for God's sakes, man. Joe Sakic, for God's sakes. Please go quick. Like, my God, dude. This is taking too freaking long.
Great things to say. He wears 66 not as a disrespect to the great Mario Lemieux, but as an homage to his mom, actually. And I think that I really see this too, Gordon. Every piece of tape that I watched on this guy screamed Brad Marchand. Now, sorry for a lot of the fans that are up there in Boston, because you got your guy, but maybe this is a Brad Marchand light, a diet spray, a diet version of Brad Marchand that can impact the game offensively and be a shift disturber.
Obviously, they like him. They stepped up for him, right? Culture changer, right? So, if I'm the general manager, I hear all these stories. I'd just be waiting to training camp to see him play. I have to get excited. Beating the remiss if we didn't talk about Nashville. What happened this week was really a cool story. Luke Prokop.
Yes.
And I think that's really cool for the NHL and how they handled it. And Nashville, I thought, did a great job too.
No question.
Yeah, universally accepted by everyone in every corner of the hockey world. It really was a beautiful moment. It was awesome, probably for Luke, most importantly. But then for Nashville and the whole league as a whole. But who did you flip off? I lost. No, it was all the fans.
Oh my God! Stop freaking talking. Avs, get your ass moving. Let's go. My God, I'm waiting forever.
The Avalanche. All right. Here's a team who's where are they at? Applebee's? Oh, there you go.
Oh boy.
Downstairs at Eric's. Where are they? So they're up there in Breckenridge. That's up there close to Aspen on the way, I think. Yeah, higher altitude up there.
Joe Sack is on the phone.
The 28th selection in the 2021 NHL Draft will be made by Executive Vice President and General Manager Joe Sakic on behalf of the Avalanche from the Breckenridge Brewery in Littleton, Colorado. Joe, you're up.
Thank you, Gary. First of all, I just want to welcome all these great fans here to our draft party. On behalf of our entire organization, we'd like to welcome from HV 71, Sweden, Oscar Olofsson.
All right. Well, in winter brewery, it's going to be loud. I guess they're Village and not Breckenridge. That's just the name of the brewery. My bad. This guy's goal scored 14 goals in 16 games this year. Good soccer player growing up, so good speed as well. What do you know about Oscar, Sam?
Yeah, 6'1", 180 pounds, a left shot guy, and a guy who was the youngest player for Sweden after World Juniors. He's only the only first-year draft eligible player on that team. But you talk about great skating ability and the ability to marry that with some skill, and that's what you have in Olofsson. It's really difficult, and especially with the pandemic. You play at 3 different levels, so you're adjusting to different coaches, different systems, you're adjusting to different rinks and travel and all those sorts of things. And unfortunately for this young man, and it happens oftentimes in Sweden, that you get to play at those 3 different levels. You do so well at one, you move up to the next. We don't quite have enough time for you at the SHL, so the numbers move down a little bit when you would expect more from a first-year draft eligible. That wasn't necessarily the case. And so during this time of the pandemic, kind of a quiet, shy, introverted guy when we talked to him throughout the course of our interviews. But again, that skating and goal-scoring ability together, we think you have.
It's interesting. Cap Friendly actually had him pretty high on the board.
Late pick here in the first round to get elite.
Bob McKenzie had him 34th. Okay, so he was 34th in draft ranking. All right, I mean, it's not
as good as anybody's in the league, one of the best on the planet, for sure. But the one thing that keeps coming back to me on hearing reports on him out of Sweden is the versatility that he has, and also the fact that he's a mature kid and he's a team-first player. And that goes a long way, because when you come to a franchise like Colorado that adds these electrifying players, Cale Makar, Nate McKinnon, Sam Girard, Rantanen, I mean, we can go to will that star be there? That's the question. Big question. But nonetheless, when you go to a team, and of course, Boyd Byron, who they drafted out of the dump, those guys can all light it up. They're electrifying players, and this is a player that's more of a glue skill player that perhaps complement this group a bit.
Yeah, a team who's ready to win now. Any of these picks you think are a possible trade deadline. When you're looking to try to make that final piece to win the cup in Colorado, because it is time to go there. So the Avalanche select New Jersey's not on the clock. We have 4 selections left here in the first round of the 2021 draft. Again, virtual this year for the second straight year.
Oh my God.
Hopefully in person in Montreal, where the families can get together in the stands and have our conventional draft once again. And the Devils picking earlier tonight, of course, there was a family affair. That awesome view right there of Jack Hughes hugging his now teammate and brother Luke. Not quite a teammate yet. Luke will go to Michigan for at least a year. And as he continues to add size and strength, there's Quinn, the Canuck, as well. As the Hughes are the first family with 3 top 10 brothers selected in the first round of the NHL draft. And there it is. The Devils sweater goes on for this organization who continues to add pieces, trying to build slowly but surely. And they get this pick from the Islanders.
challenge, and as a result of that, they're going to set forth him being picked in the first round. So they get another 2 first-rounders here. Tom Fitzgerald being able to stock the coverage quickly in this rebuild for New Jersey.
I also like somebody that we didn't have on that board.
This is.
From Ottawa 67s and Kevin Ball.
Yeah,
I like Ball.
I think Rontu. That.
Really difficult to play against. Mean defenseman.
Onto Roddy. I think he goes to. I think he's going to go to Vegas, because Vegas they need centers. They desperately need centers.
Give yourself as many chances as you can get. I got this pick again from the Islanders as we have 4 picks to go. And here's some of the names there. Anyone stand out? Sam is like, that'd be a good guy to take right now.
Well, Tuamol is a pure goal scorer. That's something that's hard to acquire. And now he's kind of an all-around guy. He's got some quick strike ability. And Atugatu,
yeah, let's sit in there. All right, Commissioner Gary Beck.
For the 29th selection in the 2021 NHL Draft, we return to the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, where the New Jersey Devils will have their second pick of the first round. The Executive VP and General Manager Tom Fitzgerald, please make the pick.
The New Jersey Devils are proud to select from the Sudbury Wolves, Chase Stillman.
All right, Corey Stillman's son. Chase, the OHL shutdown, playing
Chase Stillman?
16 points, 43 points in 8 games played.
the Sudbury Wolves, they got it going on there. Putting Byfield and Corey was coaching right before he left to take off to Arizona. But Chase has some of those Corey capabilities. Corey was such a great playmaker during his time. Chase has that, but he adds a different element. He has that power forward element. And again, here's a guy who showed up at the end of the team, and we're going to talk about this a lot as we have already, because that was such a great time for scouts to view players best on best in the same age.
Let's look at his.
Portion of games. And so Stillman went there and he started banging the body around a little bit, and at times he probably got out of his lane. Hey, I need to be a goal scorer.
Ranked Bob McKenzie at 51, 42.
Power forward role, be a checker. Good things will become of it. And you think about a lot of power forwards, how they have success offensively is that their game keys off what they bring to the table physically. If you have that,
I mean, he did go to Denmark at the U20, so he played with men. He's got 60. I mean, he's interesting.
He was an offensive guy, a point producing guy, an offensive generator, and I think the same thing with the other son.
To me, I think that's a risky pick. That's a very risky pick.
What I really like about Chase is the fact that
I don't know about that one.
as he's growing into his size and his power, and that's kind of carving his own path from the family tree, the genetics, which are amazing. We're going to see another generational player here, NHL, by way of family, but nice to see.
Yeah, if you look now at all the skill they've drafted, there's a good mix, right? There's a power forward, right? All the guys that can have all the talent, and you add him with a blend of talent and some hardness. It's a really good fit at the end of the first round.
Yeah, blue guy Riley with the Blackhawks. So the big board now. We're just about done with the first round here. 3 picks to go: Vegas, Montreal, Chicago. Again, the Columbus Blue Jackets making 3 selections in this first round. The third one is with Jackie Redmond.
Congratulations on a dream come true. I understand you got to spend this moment with your family. How would you describe what it was like to experience that with them?
It was just so surreal, just overrun with emotions.
So let's.
I think they followed me on Twitter right before the pick was made, so I got a little hit, and I told my friend to record it, and it was just so awesome. I called on TV and just had all my family and friends there. It was probably just the best thing ever.
A welcome spoiler, I'm sure. Now, according to my research, you were named after former NHLer Shane Corson, who played with the Habs and the Leafs. Can you give us the background on that story?
Yeah. My dad was at a work conference in Toronto when I wasn't even born yet, and I think later in the night he was down at the hotel bar. Shane was there after a game, and then I guess they started talking about hockey, and he invited him over to his table, and then later on that night my dad got back to his hotel room, and he told my mom that he had just met Shane Corson and was hanging out with him all night, and then my mom said to him, he was like, if
if we ever have a son, then we're going to name him Corson. So that was the story behind that.
It's such a good story. Jake Corson played over 1,000 games in the National Hockey League, so if you can follow in his footsteps, you'll be set, and the Blue Jackets will be very happy. So congratulations again. Enjoy the moment, and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you very much.
Jake Corson was a beaut.
Yes, sir, it was.
In the bar, the career.
Power forward man too, but yes, it was.
Yeah, he was a great guest on Spit Chicklets this past year. A lot of great stories over the boys that just shot out right with me. So Vegas is on the clock now, just over a minute to go. As you can see, is the first round coming to a close. Rounds 2 through 7 tomorrow. Just the first round here tonight as the Vegas Golden Knights. I mean, man, we talk about hitting the franchise out of the ballpark early on. Still don't like that cup yet, but they go to the finals in your first year, then you lose in the first round, and they win 2 straight conference finals, and here we are now with some prospects that are in the system there. And what do you make of these folks?
A couple of first rounders, Brendan Brisson, you're looking at that. And you think about their inaugural year, 3 first-round picks. They had Suzuki, they had Brandstrom there, and they're all gone now. It's interesting how you move parts around when you know you're that close.
Yeah.
So Suzuki looks like he's going to be a fantastic player, and be interesting to see Cody Glass, the latest believe that 2017 year.
Let's see what Vegas does here. Commissioner Gary Bettman.
From Las Vegas, Nevada, the Vegas Golden Knights selection will be made by Kelly McCrimmon, who's the Golden Knights general manager, and he will be making the 30th selection in the draft.
So let's see.
From the Gatineau Olympic of the Canadian Hockey League, the Vegas Golden Knights are proud to select Zach Dean. There we go, 2-way player. Grandpa Bob was inducted into the Newfoundland Hall of Fame. That's huge.
Oh, yeah.
My nana was from Newfoundland. My dad's mom.
Nice.
Immigrated when she was 18 to South Boston from Newfoundland. But Zach Dean.
So Zach Dean goes to Vegas, a center.
Straight guy from Newfoundland that he picked in the last 3 years. We had Alex Newhook, we had Dawson Mercer last year. Zach Dean is the type of guy that's got a little bit of that old school mentality. He's a really good skater. North-south, he's been challenged most to start H-D-Y. But this is a guy who started at center.
Okay, who does Montreal pick here?
He moves them over to the wings because he thinks he can be more effective there in utilizing that speed and getting in on the forecheck. So there's a bit of an adjustment for Dean to get used to it. He was just about on a point per game with the Gatineau Olympic. But one thing I really like about this guy, around the net, he seems to have touch. He seems to have the ability to find soft ice or quiet ice. And he gets in front, tips, deflections, the ability to anticipate where rebounds are going to be. So in that 15 to 20 foot range, utilize that speed to get there, hold your spot, show a little bit of that old school mentality with the net front presence, and then use your good stick skills to try and put it in the net. So I like what this guy brings to the table. It's the speed is the basis for the success in his game.
Exactly, and I like the fact that he's playing in a tight box, a little tinder box.
What does Montreal do here?
That's a tiny barn, and playing across the river in Ottawa, I go over there and watch Jose Theodore and see how he's doing at the time. But that rink forces you to have to think.
I got that one wrong. That one wrong. That one wrong. Oh my god, my draft was so bad. I got 1, 2.
Exactly. Well said. I had a beer thrown at me at that. Doing a post game.
3, 4, 5 picks.
Yeah. It was close. Drank it out. I don't like it. Why would you not drive home? That up, boys. Keep going, boys. Keep going. I like it. So good. 2 more picks to go. Very good.
Montreal is on the clock, and then Chicago will end the first round. If they switch with Columbus all over the world, and every country celebrating this great moment as you're drafted in the first round of the National Hockey.
Oh my god, why another break? God damn it. Alright. I don't know who Montreal picks here.
You see the baby? Yeah. How can you see her so clearly from here? How do you find your dad's baby blanket? How can I find almost everything?
You see that? Look at this one.
Hey, how did you make that look so fast?
How did you?
They don't need. They need a right-hand defenseman.
Sports fans are gearing up at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear.
I mean, let's look at the ranking. I mean, is there a right-hand defenseman still available?
I'll say it, the hype is real, everyone. Bird dog shorts. Bird dog just figured it out.
Gym shorts, but they have the underwear built in. Pretty confident these shorts.
I mean, they have this Russian guy, but I don't know, man. Like, let me look at him. But he's left-handed. He's not right. He's not a right-hand.
One app, one tap, we back. Switch to style up, never beat new track. One app, taking over the scene. Connected from your phone to your TV screen. ESPN, one app, one tap, it's your watch.
Mom, we have to talk. I'm getting a little too old for notes in my lunchbox.
Really? Okay. See what else I put in there?
Little Bites!
Little Bites muffins.
Bye, Mommy, I love you!
Made with real ingredients like blueberries, bananas,
Oh.
berries, and no high fructose corn syrup are always baked moist and
Yes.
delicious. Ultimate's a little bit.
What? I'm doing a show right now. I gotta let you go. Yes, please don't bother me. Give me another 20 minutes. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh.
Quebec at the Bell Center, which will host our next draft. Mark Bergevin, the general manager of the Montreal Canadiens, will make the 31st selection in the 2021 NHL Draft. Mark?
Thanks, Gary. Avec le 31e choix au total, les Canadiens de Montréal sont fiers de sélectionner. With our 31st pick overall in the NHL Draft, the Montreal Canadiens are proud to select the Knights de London défenseur Logan Mailloux.
All right. Well, this is something the league probably wishes didn't happen, but now it has happened. You remember, or might have a new surfaced.
Just what I thought. They were going to go with a right shot defenseman.
Earlier this season.
6'3", 212 pounds.
Picture of that without her consent. Distributed without her consent. Basically took himself out of the draft. Basically telling NHL teams, I don't want to be drafted. That was part of his apology. And trying to obviously deal with this, ask for forgiveness, and get through it, and get on with his hockey life, we assume. But, you know, sometimes things can go as fast as people wish they can. I really can't be happy with this, guys.
The most polarizing pick I've ever seen. Maybe in the history of the draft.
We went to the fourth round last year. It doesn't get quite the play of the first round yet.
Mitchell Miller renounced the pick, loses scholarship to UND. This is an entirely different situation, but of equal magnitude.
And when the player says that he wants to renounce himself from the draft, right, and then you go ahead and pick him, I have a hard time with that. And the thing is, when you're looking at where this young man is, and he's saying, hey, I need to work on my character, there's other things I need to do, let's not forget about the victim here. Yeah. I have a daughter. I would be very concerned about what I have to do to that player. Now, the second thing is, we need to talk a little bit about second chances. We
What the
live in this cancel culture, which I don't necessarily believe in either. And so, you must think, as Mark Bergevin of the Montreal Canadiens, that you're going to be able to support not just the player, but the victim and the victim's family. We can't forget about them here. So without a doubt, the most polarizing pick I have ever seen, maybe ever in this draft, with the publicity of the first round, I'm absolutely fascinated that they went down this road. I thought if you deferred a year, you allowed them to do some things, allowed the London Knights and
What the
to support them, to support the player and the family, the victim's family, that maybe there would be some way that you could get back and be in this position again next year. So I'm shocked. There's no machination in the CBA for a player to technically pull himself out of the registry, and so he was always available, although on Twitter on July 20th, he renounced himself. I'm fascinated and flabbergasted and shocked at this pick.
Yeah, I would say that, there's 32 lists of 32 teams that had their players, and he's on one. He's on one, and Montreal's taken him. I will say, they have a ton of former NHL players there that dive into character, spend a lot of time in it. Obviously, they feel comfortable, but the other teams here at the end of the draft, in the first round, other teams felt the opposite.
He is a first-round talent. Now, on the ice, he is a first-round talent.
Yeah. No question. From a talent standpoint, there's no question. But you do have to weigh the character. I mean, character is something, and for so many of us that have played this game, regardless of our age or work in this game, we're always, I know in my case, I felt like I was walking on a tightrope over Niagara Falls with no safety net. And it doesn't always mean that you step every time with the right step, but for the most time you do. In an instance like this is an egregious act that took place, and you hope for him and his sake, and more importantly for the victim's sake, that they're able to come to
I'm speechless.
find a little bit of healing, especially on her side.
I'm speechless right now.
To continue to work on some of the,
I mean, don't get me wrong. He's an unbelievable talent.
because a lot of what we do here isn't only playing and working the business and whatever role. A lot of it is personal development.
But why do you draft?
Things for him are areas where he's going to have to clearly improve.
And lots of questions will be answered in Montreal. Elliot Friedman will bring him in now for more. Elliot.
Well, John, first of all, I just wanted to reiterate something that Sam mentioned. Even though Logan Mayoon came out recently and said he didn't want to be selected from the draft, you can't technically renounce yourself in the draft. If you're eligible, you're eligible. So this was Montreal's choice, even though Mayoon had taken himself out, quote unquote. This was something the Canadiens were allowed to do. You can't officially take yourself out of the draft. Just a couple other notes on Montreal today. First of all, the Canadiens, one of the wildest stories of the week was Carey Price, and just his situation and the fact he was left unprotected in the expansion draft for the Kraken. Price underwent knee surgery.
I'm speechless right now.
Surgery today. They say he's going to be okay for the start of the season. That's the expectation. He also had some other areas that himself looked at, but they decided no surgery was needed.
I'm speechless right now.
Of the 2021-22 season.
All right, Elliot Friedman with the very latest there in Montreal. And so the Canadiens pick is in. One more pick to go. The Chicago Blackhawks. Here's the commissioner, Gary Bettman.
The Chicago Blackhawks will be making the 32nd selection in the first round of the 2021 NHL Draft, which is obviously the last pick of the round. We now go to Stan Bowman, President of Hockey Operations and General Manager for the Chicago Blackhawks at the Fifth Third Arena. He's joined by 8 staff members who are advancing women in our game. Stan?
Thank you, Gary. I'm proud to have 8 talented, accomplished women here with me who are crucial to the success of our hockey operations and youth hockey. Over the last 2 years, we've been determined to add perspective and knowledge that has made us a better staff and organization. This is just the beginning for us. To make our inaugural pick in this draft, I'm turning it over to Megan Hunter.
Thanks, Stan. With the 32nd overall pick in the 2021 NHL Entry Draft, the Chicago Blackhawks are proud to select from the Prince Albert Raiders, Nolan Allen.
All right, so this is a bit of a reach in terms of where fans were waiting before the draft. You never know for sure, but Nolan Allen way down on the list. So they trade Seth Jones. They get Seth Jones today in Chicago. Part of that trade was switching spots with Columbus.
I'm still in shock.
Just take one in the same day. Get one right back at Nolan Allen. They have a couple of second-round picks, and I think Nolan Allen would be still available with either one of those 2
second-round picks. But you have a lot of confidence that this guy is a great defenseman. His mentor, Caden Gooley, went in the first round last year. And you have a Prince Albert coach in Mark Habshai, who going back to his days in Kelowna has had a great history of developing top-notch defensemen. And so you have confidence in that area. But this is a guy who's third in the NHL draft. He looks to me as if he projects to be more of that complementary defenseman. He's good first pass guy, can transport the puck a little bit. He's really agile, and he uses his feet to defend, which I like. But he's a guy that I think you're going to look after taking care of business in front of your own net, moving the puck quickly and
I'm speechless right now.
Exactly. That what reminds me of, and I don't say this lightly because he had an amazing career. Brent Seabrook, steady Eddie defenseman, physical. As a goalie, you love having a Brent Seabrook in front of you. As you talked about his ability to box out, allow you to get a sight line on the puck, and then impacting the game physically, having some of those tough matchups in front of the net, doing some of the dirty stuff, but also a very agile skater, smooth skater as well. So that's kind of a little, if you're the Chicago Blackhawks and you get a player in that mold,
you're going to make their fans happy by saying that name. That's great. Yeah. That's something like we thought we'd see. The rankings, some guys would jump up way up with the limited viewings. We didn't see as much. Right. But here we see it, and obviously they feel pretty strongly about him. And if he's anything like Seabrook,
my God, that is such a. I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't know how I feel about this.
we're not done yet. After a quick timeout, we'll come back and talk about the first and wrap it up.
Introducing Upper Deck ePad. Your favorite NHL players are at the tips of your fingers. They're not just digital cards, but real cards that you can admit directly to you. Trade with fans from around the world. Play Pack Wars. For complete sets, get exclusive achievements.
I mean, I'm fine. Here's my initial thought about this pick. He's big. He weighs 214 pounds, so he fits the mold of what Montreal is trying to build here. He fits the mold. But my God, why do you pick him? He's got a booming shot. He's got a booming shot. I don't know, man. To me, this is such a risky pick. This literally can blow up in Montreal's face.
With ClipNotes, we save your haircut details, so our team is always ready for you.
I don't know about this pick, man. I really don't know about this pick. Alright, now that the first round's done, I'm going to end this stream. Thank you for everyone that's watched this video. Please click if you like this video. Please subscribe if you really like it. Make sure to tell all your friends. I'm going to be doing this more often. Tomorrow I'm probably not going to stream tomorrow because that's just going to be ridiculous. I don't think my camera could probably handle the battery of keeping it on this long. So thank you everyone for joining me, and I look forward to tomorrow to see what's going to happen. But yeah, so thank you everyone, and I hope everyone has a good